It's not Memorex. We're live. I went early. Because my favorite people, some of my favorite people are in my chat. Hi, Amy, my hotness, and Linda, and TG, who better still be there, even though she's busy eating little mini Cadbury eggs, and I'm very jealous and want some. I'm all by myself so far. So Tina and Tim had a doctor's appointment, and they were headed back home. So I don't know when they're going to get home, but hopefully it's soon. And I haven't heard from anybody else that I sent links to. So it's just me. You're stuck with me. There she is. Hi, TG. Well, I'm glad you can hear me. That's always a plus. Linda, I miss you when you're not in the chats. I do. You're so sweet, and I miss you. Oh, thank you. I love those mini eggs, man. No, Linda, was I supposed to? Hi, my Wendy. And Toad. No, I figured, Linda, if the man is subbed to me like he says he is, he will see that I got live. And he would have seen the notification. So if he wants to be here, he will be. No, I'm in bitch mode. The man don't want to do lives. He don't get links to mine. No, I'm just playing. I forgot, actually. I know you didn't, Linda. And I sent you links in your messenger, and I don't think you saw them. So I'm glad you saw this one though. Amy, that's okay. As long as you were here and I could say hi. I love it when you stop in, Amy. I'm always blessed to have you come into my chat. I know it's probably weird that you hear me calling you Amy. I'm always like, hotness. I switch back and forth. Got to keep you on your toes. You know, because you're little, you can reach more if you stand on your toes. I love you. I'm making progress. Making progress on my leg. I've been wrapping it for about 4 days now, trying to get it. What's with this Amy shit? Right. I'm sorry, hotness. Now I feel like Kevin. Damn. But yeah, I've been wrapping it for the past 4 days. So far, there's no more seepage out of any fluid pockets or anything. So hopefully I can keep wrapping it and start using the leg again, which would be very helpful. Very, very helpful. So working on it. She's not. She's hotness. Oh, your name's not Amy anymore. Okay. You didn't send me the updated memo. What is your name now? Wait, can we just randomly change our names? Is that possible? I mean, I did like 18 years ago because I use the name Kodi everywhere, even in my mail. I'd get it legally changed if I could afford it. Kodiak Fontaine has a good ring to it, don't you think? Since that is what the Kodi stands for, is Kodiak. Oh, yeah, it is. You go, girl. Bad bitch. Mm-hmm. Linda, you are not only Linda, but you are Linda Linda. You're Linda twice. I almost want to start calling Linda Linda Boop because she always has Bitty Boop as her icon, as her avatar. Linda Boop. My cat booped my dog on the nose the other day. The dog was not pleased. My son sent me a picture of our old house, the house that we got when we first moved here. Um, and the message he sent along with it was, "I'm pretty sure that someone stole the front door," and it's a picture of the front of the house, and there's no door on the front of it. I'm like, oh my god! It was a very nice door, so I can't really say much. John got that off a house Ray, his boss was redoing, and he bought this door and it didn't fit, so he gave it to John. John made it fit on our door. It was gorgeous. Had like the big glass in the middle of it and everything. It was oval and pretty. Usually filled with dog faces, either wanting to go out or wanting to go in. No, it has to be Linda Boop or Betty Boop. Okay, bad bitch. Then you'll have to fill me in on that later. Oh, Tina just messaged me. Said it's getting, dang, it's getting windy. So she's still either traveling or something from her car to the house, maybe. Hopefully, get in here. Damn it! Don't leave me all alone. I hate that. Cowgirl Boop. There you go. But what if you change it to a Betty Boop that's not in Cowgirl? And your little bee face. That was so funny. Every time I see a bee now, even a real one outside, I'm like, better watch out. I know, Linda, it's so weird to be. I mean, sometimes I do like the middle of the night chats and I open it up and I'm doing it by myself or the early morning. But up, hi Tina. In Walmart parking lot, you were supposed to go home, woman. I had a schedule. I know you don't like schedules. Me. Well, get something good, Tina. I mean, damn. Yeah, we had big fat bumblebees buzzing around on my porch and the ramp yesterday. And scheduling, what's that? Yeah. And all I can think of was, better watch out, you got little bee faces. So Tina, are you leaving Walmart or are you just sitting in Walmart or leaving me hanging? What are you doing? Tina, I haven't been to Walmart in over 2 years. I haven't been anywhere in over 2 years. They are. They are. I mean, we need them to survive, but they are totally evil. You know what's more evil though are hornets and wasps and yellow jackets. They're just like little evil demons. They fly at your face and shit, and it's worse than cobwebs in the dark. Instant ninja. You're like, oh. I like bees at a distance, and the fact that they pollinate and keep us alive. But bees have never liked me. That's right, Linda. You should go. Do they have Walmart in Spain? Or do you have to come here to do that? You know what's funny is I will be making some bee seam jewelry when I'm finally able to get set up. Hi, Jen. And because I have some gorgeous, gorgeous bumblebee jasper that I want to kind of work with the bee theme of that, the colors and whatnot. I'll see what I can come up with. I have little tiny bee solderables. They're little, I think I have them in silver and copper, so I can solder them onto things and have fun with that. Little flowers and all kinds of cool stuff. Tina, you're killing me. Really? Wendy, click the link. Get in here. Where's Willow? My people have abandoned me. Oh, Linda. Well, Linda, there's a bumblebee jasper that you bought, so yeah, no problem. All those gorgeous bumblebee cabochons from Jim Kelly. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, where is Willow? I hope she's okay, because I know she's been having problems lately with her eye and all that. I haven't talked to her in a couple of days, so I don't know. Bad bitch, your phone is bad every day. At least when I'm trying to talk to you. Her phone will literally be like, nope, we don't want you to hear what she says, and it will cut out the volume while we're in the middle of a conversation. And I'm sitting there going, I can't hear you. So we have to like redo the call. It's like we have stalkers or something. Every 30 seconds we're having a recall. My hotness's phone hates me. That's okay, Jen. I hope you have fun and get some good stuff at the thrift store. I haven't been in one of those in 3 years, 3.5 years. I lose track of time. Oh no. Oh. Well, see, you scared it, hotness. You scared it because it knows you're a bad bitch. So it's like, ah. Linda, no wonder your phone is rude. You a bad bitch. You're just going to have to get yourself a new badass phone, and then you'll be fine. Looks like it's ladies' night in my chat tonight. Wouldn't Larry be jealous? Ha ha. Well, I hope everybody has had a good day. I have had a relatively uneventful day, which in my world is a very good thing. Yesterday was not a good day. It was not. You would think, hotness. You would think. You skirt it. It's a skirt. Hi, Graybeard. You are Graybeard is gray right now, and Graybeard is about to be Bluebeard. Sorry, couldn't help it. Now Graybeard is surrounded by girls. Hi, Tim. Love you. Well, welcome to the chat, Graybeard. Don't worry. The girls only, nibble a little bit. They don't bite too hard. You'll be fine. Well, except for bad bitch over there, hotness. She might bite really hard. Never know. Oh, Linda, awesome. Those are 2 things that are kind of necessary type of things. Well, the meds are necessary. I won't say cigarettes are necessary because we all know they're not necessary, but they're a want. So I'm glad you got them. Yeah, I had some miscommunications with my neighbor. Well, not miscommunications, kind of like non-communications. He got back to me about going to the store 20 minutes after I fell asleep. So I woke up like 3 hours later and I was like, well, TG, keep it PG. What's wrong with you? What the fuck, girl? I woke up 3 hours later and messaged him and texted him and asked him if he could still go to the store because I thought I missed him. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going now." I'm like, oh, "Well, damn, glad I didn't sit out in the wheelchair for 3 hours." Oh, she's still not feeling well. I hope she feels better, Wendy. I don't like it when little ones are sick. So then finally got my cigarettes and I got some Pepsi, so that was going in a good direction. And then my son left. I didn't even know he left. But he came back and I guess the house was too hot for him and the car had made him nauseous. He had gone to get Chinese food. His friends invited him out to dinner. So that was cool for him. Sucked for me because Chinese food is my favorite. You are so not an angel. There are horns holding up that halo, girl. And so then he was like, "Well, go ahead and order pizza and I'll go outside and grab it for you." So I thought that he was saying he would buy me pizza because he got a stimulus and I didn't yet. And I was like, "Cool." And then he was like, "No, no, no. I mean, you buy your pizza and I will go get it from the driver." I'm like, "Well, shit." so I did order something because it was that or not eat because he was not feeling well enough to cook, which is fine. And delivery went a half an hour past when I ordered it, like an hour past, and then another half an hour. So I never make phone calls. I hate phone calls. "Hi, Michelle." And I called them and I was like, "Where's my order?" They're like, "Oh, we're really back down." So where's my order? They're like, "It's next on for delivery." Yeah, it took another 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes for me to get it. I'm like, really? I did get free pizza points though. So I did get that. Well, you got to drive it like you stole it. Otherwise, what's the fun of driving? Yeah, pretty much, Linda. And the meds. My nerve meds are necessary too. 10. Oh, you have to be good now that Michelle is here. Okay. Apparently, Michelle is the regulator. Keeps hotness in line. Alrighty then. Oh, see, there you, good God, girl. Do you know what you just did? You gave her free reign. She can be all out of control now. Tim. It's not fun if there's not a little excitement in your life, especially, while driving. Makes you appreciate life more, especially when you almost lose it multiple times going home. Yeah, Michelle. Tim hijacked Tina's phone, so he looks good in her dress, doesn't he? Sorry, Tim, I couldn't help it. I love you. Craziness. Craziness. Yeah, she's driving. Driving along in my automobile. Oh, look, I can sing now and somebody can't tell me I suck at it. Well, you guys could, but. Well, I'm sure you're good at what you do, Amy, but I did, Michelle. I did finally get my pizza. It was not warm. Well, it was warm. It wasn't hot. And the pasta that I got cooled off like instantly as soon as I opened the container. So I was eating cold chicken carbonara, but it was food and I was starving, so I was good. Linda's gonna go scavenging through everything to go shopping. TG, you know better, but that was funny that you almost got Victoria to say that. That's a far way for me to go. Honest, I mean, I could live there. Yeah. You know me. I can't help it. It's my nature. You guys love me that way. Although I do behave on Hotness's channel because of our kids. I behaved for what, 7 hours one day. That was a long time, but I did it. I was proud of myself. Yeah, Linda, my goal, if I ever get to go to like gem shows or whatever, is I'm gonna get an RV, right? Like a big RV or something, and just go to gem shows and beach shows and things, and just fill it with my crap, and then just drive it home. Oh, thank you, Linda. TG, no one needs panties. Well, only certain times, but yes, it is, Wendy. Yes, it is. Your kids aren't allowed to watch mine. Your kids love me. Well, the girls do. The boys are just like, oh, it's Kodi again. I am. I'm bad. I'm a very naughty bear. Hooli told me in Victoria's show this morning if I didn't leave Victoria's minions alone, I was going to get spanked. I was like, do you promise? And then I started poking the minions. I can't stand those little banana poops. I love you too, TG. Of course, we're silly. That's the whole point, Graybeard. This is not as. I mean, I know. I do. Hotness. I do feel very honored that they remember my name. My chats and my hangouts are a place to be silly, a place to be rude or raunchy if you really want to be. Some people might not like it, and they are free to do whatever. Should have said with what. I feel like Victoria. I'm lost on that. Sorry, Victoria. I love you. Okay, Tina. No, Linda, I haven't been able to get in because I haven't been able to use the leg. So if I can't get the leg on, there's no point in me going to my prosthetic appointment. As a matter of fact, I have one, I think in 2 days is my next appointment, and I'm going to have to reschedule that again because I haven't had enough time for my leg to shrink down so that I can get the prosthetic on. Because I keep having these damn fluid pockets that open up, and I don't want to put this neoprene stuff on my seal in the heat and everything with an open wound, because I definitely do not want to get a secondary infection. Right, Linda? She wants to come talk to everybody. But what I was saying, squirrel. Oh, should have asked what I was going to get. It doesn't matter what it's with. Silly. Okay, we're not going there. Anyway, my chats are just for people to relax and hang out and be silly and all that. Although, if someone does have a very serious topic to discuss, or they're upset about something and they want to discuss it, we're more than open to do that. People, I can be serious and sensitive and shit. Well, maybe for you, Amy. Me, I'm pretty much up for any little adventure. So, Amy, that's for private conversations. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. I do. Yes, Wendy, you live with a toad. You are always silly. And Toad is silly. He's a silly toad. So yeah, it's a place where you can talk about anything and everything. I mean, if someone's done you wrong and you want to vent, you feel like doing it in a public forum, go right ahead. If you have some kind of health concern that's bothering you and you're worried about it, go right ahead. Oh, look who it is.
Boom.
Hi, Will.
Hi, sweetie.
How are you doing?
Been a rough couple of days.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a little bit.
Yeah, pain levels.
I was worried about you.
Oh, I'm all right. Just turned cold and wet.
Yeah.
Bones ain't liking it. Hello, everyone.
Hotness, why would you be scared of YouTube? Girl, we're going to have to talk. That's okay, Greybeard. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. You feel free to lurk. You're more than welcome to lurk or just put little LOLs or smiley faces or whatever you want.
Hey, Greybeard.
They're
Hey,
all
Linda.
sleeping, Linda. They're all sleeping except my son. My son's awake. I just don't know what he's doing. He's very quiet right now. So he's probably watching something or playing a game offline. He doesn't yell at the games when they're offline. Only when his teammates screw up and he's online. Well,
Hey, Amy. Hey, Michelle.
I'm glad we can provide funny background noise for you. That's true, Amy. You were very, very quiet. Don't Cody me, you bitch. Ooh, I mean, bad bitch. Yes, Willow. Hotness's new name is Bad Bitch. It's not Amy anymore. It's Bad Bitch.
Okay.
Rawr.
Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind. I'm lying, hear me roar.
Yep. Well, I'm glad they came on, Willow.
Thank you, dear. I'm glad I came on too. Oh, there's Scarlett. Had a good pee lately.
And TG is a good bitch. Okay. Well, TG is a naughty bitch, is what TG is. Michelle, I agree. Yeah, hotness was all that. What's this Amy shit? She's like, my name's not Amy anymore. I'm like, what? She's like, my new name is Bad Bitch. I'm like, okay. Linda, that's stupid. Found out today's shipping cost from Spain to the U.S. is about half of what it costs from U.S. to here. Because the U.S. is greedy.
Yeah, what's even worse is you're paying twice as much for the crappiest mail service as ever right now.
Yeah, and according to the guy that's now running it, which is what's causing all the problems, he's not going away, and he's planning on making it even worse. So, I mean, it's pretty bad when the guy in charge of the post office actually tells you he's planning on making the postal delivery service worse. You know, I keep waiting for some reseller to like assassinate him or something.
Yeah, I was just ready to say them words that get you killed.
I'm not saying I condone that or anything. I was just kind of waiting for it to happen. And with the shootings that we just had, that probably was the most insensitive thing I could have said, and I apologize. But
I'm like, what is this point?
Yeah,
we're dealing with the pandemic, and people are having to order online a lot more and stuff. And what do? Have that asshat go in? Seriously?
Yep. It's crazy. I don't know. And he can't get fired by the government because he's not technically hired by them. So something like that. They can't boot him.
Yeah, right. Like the world needs them to do it. Seriously?
Yeah.
People are freaking out.
Yeah, she does. Hotness does break faces. Hotness is my new spirit animal. Yeah, I agree, Michelle.
So how is your new spirit animal dressed?
How's my what?
I said, how is your new spirit animal dressed? Because this one's like wearing a pink bandana and is purple. And
Hotness actually, she dresses pretty good. I like that. I'm casual, comfortable. It's a good thing. I'm not saying anything. Jeez.
Otherwise, I would, give her fair warning. Be very, very afraid.
She didn't use her hands, Michelle. Oh, sorry. But anyway, so Willow, how's the cats?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My animals are all passed out too.
They do that.
Although I don't. Oh, yep, she's in the box. She's got. Marty has that one box so concave that I can't even see her. Kevin, hi Kevin. Where can you buy an ass? You don't need to buy an ass hat, Kevin. You just walk around in a store or something, and they're everywhere. Hi, Blandine.
Yeah, you don't need a hat to be an ass hat.
You don't have to. You don't have to buy one.
No.
They're free.
Basically, anybody that's been called an ass hat, go look in the mirror. That's what an ass hat looks like.
Oh no, Linda. What is wrong with this planet? Well, not the planet, but the people on it. She said they just had a big explosion in Sweden yesterday. Of all places, isn't Sweden like one of the most peaceful places? All windows crashed and a door, but nobody got hurt. Third time this happened the same way, organized from someone we can't mention. Damn.
So apparently they have a he who must not be named too.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin. Hey, Blendine. Love you, honey.
Graybeard, this ass always has his hat. You go, boy. Yeah, just it hurts my heart that people just want to damage some, other people like that. And the thing that happened in Atlanta with the chief of police justifying the shooter. I mean, what the hell?
People are going around the damn bend.
Yeah. Craziness. And of course, then it gets everybody up in the guns discussion, which we're not going to have here, but they're all fighting about that. And that's true, Michelle. Some hats are bigger than others.
Very true.
Only if you're Graybeard. Only if you're near a flame 3 feet tall. It's the only way your ass gets burned. Willow, do you have your camera off because I have my camera off?
No, I have my camera off because it's super cloudy here.
No.
But yet there's enough UV coming through that I can't have like the curtains open because of my eyes.
Yeah. So
and turning the lamp on across the living room like I normally do is affecting my eyes. So I have to have the one on behind me. And if I come on, then it blinds you guys, and then I'm seeing it in front of me and it's blinding me. So
I got you. And do they allow Sharia law? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I've been having to do camera off a lot lately. It's this whole eye thing.
I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't have a problem with people of other faith, but when your faith causes you to harm people because like that, like the Sharia law, no. Mm-mm. Sorry. That's an extremist thing, and I don't do extremist things. Bye, Blandine.
Bye, Blandine. Have a good day, honey.
Yeah, see, I believe that the United States don't allow Sharia law as a justification. There was an incident in California, wasn't there, where a guy tried to kill his wife or something, claiming Sharia law? Like years ago? If I remember correctly. I might not be remembering correctly.
I have no idea. I've never even heard that term, so.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's everywhere now, Linda. This worldwide pandemic thing is just everybody's going batshit.
Well, the literal definition means the clear, well-trodden path to water. It's supposed to act as a code for living that all Muslims should adhere to, including prayers, fasting, and donations to the poor. It aims to help Muslims understand how they should lead every aspect of their lives according to God's wishes. Now, on the surface, that sounds like a perfectly normal thing, right? But the extremists of that cause it to, like, if you think your wife is cheating, you can throw acid in her face and things like that. I mean, it's crazy. They take it too far.
Basically, they take stuff like that and spin it off into weird wackadoodle
Yeah.
cultisms, and there's people that are dumb enough to follow them.
True. Kevin, we have that room cleaned out now, and I've asked my son to get my tables moved in there. As soon as the tables are in there, then I can start moving all my supplies in there, and then I can get started. So hopefully, if I can get my son to move his butt, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'll be able to start getting things made, and then I'll be able to start selling pieces.
Linda, that too is also happening all over the world. Wherever you are, if you live in your native land, you are now a minority. That's just happening everywhere.
Bye, hotness. Love you, girl. You go be a bad bitch, you.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta call you Amy. That's just how I've always known you, as Amy. So.
Kevin, don't do that. That hurts. I've done it.
You can be a badass bitch, but still have a name. Don't bite it off, Kevin. That would be painful and messy. And
yeah, you might need that.
Then you wouldn't be able to bitch later.
You wouldn't be able to do a lot of things later.
You wouldn't be able to stick your tongue out at anybody anymore either.
Linda, I want to be an immigrant too, to Florida. I like living in Florida.
We always knew you were a badass. You just had to find it within yourself, dear.
Hi, Tina.
Hi.
Hey, Tina.
Hello. I'm home.
Yay. Kevin, you want to be a bitch? Well, sugar tits, I'm sure you'd be able to manage it.
I forgot about sugar tits.
I'm not asking.
Love you, Kevin. I have a long memory for some things. I will never forget sugar tits. That was funny.
That brings about some interesting mood visualizations.
Yeah.
Hi, Amy. Bye, Amy. I hope whoever the hell you're cussing at on Facebook is ready for some kind of ass kicking.
Kevin is sugar tits. He definitely is. Amy's cussing out people on Facebook. I didn't even see that. You go, girl. Get him.
So if he ever pops onto a live screaming, I'm melting, we'll know what's melting.
No, he came on as Sugar Tits once, and he was like, "Hi, my name's Sugar Tits." I was just dying laughing. It was just too funny. It was so funny. Kevin's hysterical.
Tim is going shake, 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 shake. But other than that, he's doing pretty good. He's outside with the puppy dog at the moment.
Puppy
We
dog?
got groceries. And we got a new computer monitor.
Nice.
Uh-oh, he says, link me. To what? I mean, sugar tits, this isn't a lick and stick show.
It is a whatever we want it to be show.
Private?
Private?
What's private?
We talk about everything. Kevin, you know better.
Yeah, really.
It's not an exclusive club, Kevin. Everybody is welcome. Well, not ass clowns, but everybody else is welcome.
We're just your regular peeps.
Yeah.
Stuck with us. And no, I ain't sugar-coated. So no lick and stick show there either.
That's right, TG. Always expect the unexpected. You just never know what's going to happen around me.
Yeah. Or Wendy has learned that one the hard way.
Poor Wendy.
We go on one of her lives. She hadn't even been having them because we go on
I
one.
know she won't have them anymore. She won't send me links if she does. She's like, I'm not doing lives. Kodi will come on. I love you, Wendy.
Well, she's kind of thinking the same thing of me now.
Aw.
Well.
She just doesn't have any. She hasn't just haven't had any lives.
Got to keep it real, you know? I mean, it is what it is.
Yes, you have what? Done lives? I haven't gotten any links to your lives.
Hello, Wendy. Love you, honey.
Yeah, no lives.
Yeah, Wendy, go live.
Oh, speaking of lives,
I
Tina.
I just don't get it. We hang out with
Tina.
each other because if we go hang out anyplace else, they don't want us back. Why is that?
I know, right?
And hush, Kodi.
No, I want hush. Victoria has the minions. Kodi needs a mascot too.
We're pirates.
You are not scared of me.
Pirate bears.
Shush, Wendy. You're not afraid of us. You're just afraid of what we will say. True, Linda. True. There is no such thing as a rated PG. Well, I can't say that because I did really do my best to behave when I was on Amy's channel because of her kids. But I can't guarantee it anywhere else.
And you have no idea how painful it is to try to behave. I mean, that's just excruciating.
It literally physically causes pain. It does.
You're all tensed up and you're biting your tongue and
Oh, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. She's scared of Kodi and Willow, but love you, Ma. What? What? Wendy.
Ma was ready to call the Domino's place last night and growl at them.
She was like, you call them and tell them you want free stuff.
Like, I want a 20% discount.
What in the fuck is up with that?
Tina, how come your cameras are not on?
Because I'm feeding my pie hole.
You can only say that if you have pie, and don't tell me if you have pie, because I will cry. Aw. Well, Graybeard, behaving badly is still behaving.
Uh-huh.
That's my excuse anyway.
And even when I'm bad, I'm good.
I'm always good at what I do.
Seriously, people. And yes, I came on with my eye closed so that the lamp that I was looking at in the screen didn't cause, me to feel like somebody just jabbed a dagger in it.
Oh, Wendy loves us a little.
Oh, just a little? Well, gee.
That's not what she tells me in private messages.
Hi.
Oh, shit.
Hi. I have tits of sugar. Hi, boys.
We
all
wish
have one
you
of
sound like you have a
these. Act
list,
like you don't.
buddy.
Don't act like you don't.
I love you, Kevin.
That's a nice gray beard. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's awesome. And I love the picture. The picture is awesome.
Right. It's right up there with the twigs and berries.
Dog away.
I had. Want to hear something funny?
Okay.
All the stuff I've seen and heard in a year on YouTube, all the drama, all the name calling, all in the past, which everything seems to have subsided by now. All the crap that went on when everyone was stressed out and this, that, and the other thing.
Mhm.
Of all the wars that you've seen other people have, of the one or two that I would have in my live chat with the way I speak, YouTube asked me to remove Twigs and Berries Man because somebody lodged a complaint.
Are you kidding?
It wasn't even his Twigs and Berries you saw, it was the bottom of his shorts. Yep, I was asked to remove it. I go, this is where you draw the line right here? Oh, I'm good.
That's ridiculous.
I said, you want me to remove that? Because they were going to take the live out of my time basket when I had used them. And I said, you guys didn't scrub and find this. Why don't you see, here's my thing. I don't want to get on the soapbox, but
No, do what you do.
I'm just going to say, people complain about the thumbs down. You want to solve that problem? Tell YouTube to stop being a coward. If somebody thumbs down, you have a box pop up, just like here when it says your name, and you put in why you didn't like their video. It could be because you just hate that person and you don't want to have nothing to do with them, which is just 9 years old shit. Or it could be the topic, wasn't conducive to me being comfortable or whatever. You don't believe in this. Like, I was biting my tongue before, not over anything other than when Kodi started on the Muslims. I can't have that conversation because I grew up with all sorts of kinds of them, and I know what the reality and the non-reality is.
Right.
And it's basically almost all the same. It's called a hidden agenda. They could be all positive up front, but it's like behind the scenes. It's like on a suburban street night. Everybody closes their door. They have manicured lawns. Their families are all lovely. Then you wake up the next morning and they're dragging a body out of your neighbor's house because they killed each other. You don't know what goes on. So that's the hidden agenda that they have. It's like when no one's looking, you can do that. But anyway, I don't think there's any drama. I don't see any drama going on anywhere anymore. I'm not out there at all. So I just decide that, if there's an area that needs to be avoided, you avoid it.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's simple. I mean, you still got your minions that sit there and send people to lurk your shit. And if you got that kind of time and you don't have anything else to use your mind for, reading, learning, studying, having fun on YouTube, cursing, peeing, eating a sandwich, if you got that extra time, that's great. Go have at it, man.
Don't eat a sandwich and pee at the same time, though. That's gross. Just saying.
That fucking Ring doorbell is backwards, isn't it? I got too many cameras in here. You guys saw that?
How's your puppy, Kevin?
Hudson looks a little bit under the weather today.
Oh.
He looks lethargic, but the humidity is like I'm not used to it down here.
Right.
It's like 70 down here, and I just got over it like I could. I just got my voice back. I just had pneumonia for a week. It beat the living shit out of me.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
This is the first day I was up and about. I lost 14 pounds just in waterway, which is bad because you know what happens at our age. Your joints hurt. You get a cramp in your leg that feels like you're being murdered.
Right.
It just sucked. Other than that, everything's great, man.
Is it clouded over and everything in your part of town?
I just heard Tim say, I thought that voice sounded familiar.
What's up?
See, I knew he thought I was sexy. I knew it.
Hello, Tim.
Hi,
We all think you're
Will.
sexy, Kevin.
Cody. Hi, Kevin.
Tim,
Hi,
I haven't
Tim.
heard you. Hello, Timothy.
How's it going?
It's
Toodles Tim's here.
Oh, why'd you do that? Well, you know what? I moved the bar up a little bit more. I'm now tits of sugar.
Yeah, Scarlett's wanting to steal your pink bra.
Yep.
Who's Scarlett?
Actually, she says,
Toilet-
hey, that's my
Toilet
bra.
girl. Toilet girl said that's her pink bra.
Oh. Yes, Michelle P. I agree. And you know what? It used to be fun to go watch the Crash and Burn channels. That's not even fun anymore. They don't crash and burn as much anymore. I mean, I'm up for an old-fashioned street fight, yeah. But no.
We know you are, Kevin.
Nah, I really don't, because you know what? I hate, because there are some people that I do like, and then it depends on, and I guess we're all the same. I guess I shouldn't think we're any different, but you hope you get them on a good day, because if you don't, you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I gotta find something else to do while I'm doing this.
Yep.
Like every night I watch a hockey game, but I have the sound down. I can visually watch it, and I'll support someone's channel, and I'll play it. And then somebody starts their live off with, everybody's a mother effer. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Packed my bags, and I left. Then I go watch. I've been watching. What have I been watching the last couple of days? I fell into the rabbit hole of the those people who go in the woods and build cabins and live there and don't want to deal with nobody.
Yeah.
Well, off-griders.
Grid people.
I could deal with all of that because I'm pretty similar. I ain't going outside to go to the bathroom and take a shower. And then I realized I did the same thing. I left the biggest city in the world, and I could stand on my roof and not see a person at all during the day if I wanted to.
That's sweet. See, that's what I want.
But I have not enjoyed it since I've been here, because I haven't gotten any better. I haven't gotten worse. I thought pneumonia was going to finish me off, to be honest with you.
Yeah. That's scary. It's
I
very
would
scary.
rather have broken bones than not being able to breathe.
Yeah. I had pneumonia when I was 18, and it was horrible. And I mean, my breathing went down to like 20%. I was like, ugh. It was terrible. And I had it for like a week, and I thought I was going to die. Yeah.
Well, but add that with anxiety, and then all of a sudden here comes the panic attack.
Mhm.
But I guess the human body is wonderful. You know, when it wants to help you, it helps you. But
Yeah.
2 days ago, I didn't think I'd be able to sit up in front of a computer and talk to anybody today. Today,
Well,
I feel like I'm not jinxing myself. I feel like a $50 bill.
There you go. Well, I'm
Like, I
glad that
couldn't
you're
believe I
feeling better.
made it to the kitchen to get 2 bottles of water, cleaned the dishes, took the dog out, walked around to the front, checked my onion plants, checked my garlic, came back in the house and said, holy shit, I'm not out of breath. Then I took another 10 steps. I was like, nah, I still got it.
How long has Hudson been feeling kind of mopey?
Just today. He seems a little bit out of it.
Today? Is it cloudy and stuff where you are?
It is. It's humid, and you know what the problem is here? I think he's sensitive to it as well. But those dogs are trained to be in the mountains.
Yeah.
But when the barometric pressure hits 30, I'm no good. And I'm surprised today I actually feel well. It never hits 30 in New York. It's like, I think it was at 30 even today. That has a big effect upon you.
It does. I mean, I moved here from Massachusetts, and my first summer here, I was like, what in the hell have I done?
Well, I have to ask Tim a real quick question. Tim, what med, did they get you on the right med for your thyroid yet?
Not yet.
That's how far back I go. I haven't seen Tim around. I don't go around.
I don't
Kevin,
even.
But
Kevin, did you hear the update on what was going on with him?
With Tim, all I know is me and Tim had very similar symptoms, and I was getting blood work back that was on all 47 categories impeccable. They actually stated, we do not know why this is happening. Sort of like the answer Tim was getting. And I think that they narrowed it down. If I'm wrong, please correct me. The last I remember is they found something with his thyroid, which they've never tested on me. But no, I haven't heard anything since then.
You can fill in.
okay, not his thyroid. He's got.
So
He has 2 tumors on his pituitary gland.
I'm not a doctor, but how the fuck did they miss that?
Because the neurologist did not order any testing. Our regular primary care doctor ordered a CAT scan, and it showed up possibly as aneurysm. So they ordered a CTA scan with the dye, and it showed that it was at least one mass. Well, all the information was, sent over to a neurosurgeon. The neurosurgeon ordered an MRI
With dye.
with the contrast dye. The neurosurgeon then says, okay, you have 2 tumors, 2 masses that are at the pituitary.
What size? They can't be big.
I'm not sure the size. I'm sure he's head, but my brain.
That's an oddity, though. That's real, boy. You know what? I couldn't even get mad. That's an oddity to have it there.
One of them is pressing on the optic nerve. It's not enveloped the optic nerve because we went to an ophthalmologist.
Mm-hmm.
So they did their testing and checked everything out. So it's not enveloped the optic nerve, but it is pressing on it. So it's messing with his eyesight.
That's probably similar. That could cause an eye aneurysm if it enveloped it. Can it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is similar to what happened with Robin.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the different path, but the same result.
Possibly.
It would be. Wow, the pituitary gland.
Yep.
Listen, they can't figure out why 2 years ago, January, my life was 1,000 miles an hour, and I wake up one Sunday morning with a heart attack. They say it's just AFib.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me the gosh darn. What do you call that, Tim? Tim had it.
We left with him.
When they electrocuted me.
Oh.
The EKG.
Cardioversion.
Oh yeah.
After 11 tests, and it sent me home with a pill to regulate my heartbeat, of which I walked in the door, passed out to the floor, and woke up 2 hours later, and got my neighbor to get me up and get me to the better hospital, which I made 8 visits to over the period of 12 months, and was admitted every time. And they couldn't figure out why the blood wasn't bringing enough oxygen to my lungs, and why my metabolism was actually started to go what they called in layman's terms in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
So if you didn't eat, you gained weight. If you ate, you gained weight. If you ate what they wanted you to eat. I had no dietary restrictions other than they always say, don't eat no salt, which I've never owned. I know there's enough salt in food out there already. I've never owned a salt shaker in my life. I've never cooked with salt. There's no point in it to me at all. I want to taste the food. And that's from January, February, March. I had April off. May, July, August, September, and October of 2019. Admitted having stress tests. Tim knows. He went through the same racket.
Mm-hmm.
Both types of stress tests, CAT scans. Exploratory, once through the groin and once through the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
Cardiocatheterization, just to go poke around. Let's move the heart, blah, blah, blah. Of which they didn't give me enough painkiller when they went through the groin, because I felt the burning sensation of them going underneath my heart, and they found nothing wrong and released me that night, which was quite odd. Try not being able to walk. That was not fun. I mean, I giggle because it's not fun. You really, when you sit there, and I'm sure Tim did the same thing, and you look at them going, tell me what I have to do, and I will do it to get better. What can I do? And they don't have an answer for you. And they give me 9 medications.
Yeah, right.
Of which I took myself off of them. All
I
of them.
had a heart cath done myself, but they didn't go through my groin. They went through my wrist.
Well, the one hospital did the wrist, and then Stony Brook University Hospital went through the groin because they wanted to come underneath the heart. They wanted to see underneath, not going across. They want to see coming up.
Yeah.
And they said there is scar tissue on my heart that at some point in my life, which I'm going to say is probably the 80s, and we'll leave it at that I had a minor heart attack and didn't know it. But that has no bearing on what's not happening. And I says, well, is my heart not pumping right? Do I need a pacemaker? No. Am I a candidate for heart surgery? And I want the answers to be no. And the answer is no. Your heart is as strong as an ox. Then why can't I walk 100 feet and not have to sit down and not catch my breath? And then they did teach me how to not have panic attacks, because I wasn't used to not being able to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you can't breathe and you get used to it, you know what it is. Tim knows what it is. It's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This is what I hear about when they find people on the floor. And I learned how to deal with that. Just close your eyes, think of something different, in your nose, out your mouth, take it easy, blah, 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 blah. And then COVID hit in the beginning of 2020, for the most part. They told me, now here's the odd thing with COVID. In November of 2019, I couldn't do my job anymore. I couldn't work in the HVAC business anymore because I missed a lot of time. I cost my company a lot of money by being out a lot. I was going to take a different type of job there. It wouldn't have hurt me financially, but I was told by the doctors, listen, and this is the God's honest truth, and this was in November. We don't think you should be in an office atmosphere right now. This is going to be a very bad flu season. And it didn't click in my brain till March what they meant. If you can work where you're working. And I said no. So my employer was, let's put it this way. We had an amicable split, and for me to get better and to use the unemployment because I could not honestly do my job to the degree I can. I couldn't go on 30-story building rooftops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't go in elevators with the heart problem.
Right.
I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't go walk on girders and give bids. I wasn't a mechanic. I was the guy who wrote the deals. I couldn't do it, so I had to be let go. So then I decided, let me just check out a few companies. And they told me straight up, he goes, until we find out you're susceptible now, because I go, wait a minute, I wasn't susceptible to anything until I had this issue in January.
Right.
Now in November, now common sense has told me, is it because of this cycle of medication you got me on? I mean, I had a heart rate of 48 daily, that I would take that and 5 pills in the morning, and the other 4, there were 9 different medications, and the other 4 in the evening, that I would sit there, turn on my computer in my office, and fall asleep. I got narcolepsy from it. I would just be out like a light for an hour, 2 hours. I wouldn't even know what happened because my heart rate was so low.
Wow.
They had me on amiodarone, torvastatin. They had me on cholesterol medication, which my cholesterol was low, and my good cholesterol was perfect. They had me on Eliquis, the blood thinner. They gave me 2 blood thinners at one time. They didn't realize they did it. CVS caught the problem, of which my blood would have turned into water.
Good thing they caught it.
Isosorbide, furosemide, which is Lasix, all at the same time. So I was basically like a chemistry set. So what I was told, I was actually put on when you're in the hospital, on that maintenance program for you to be stable, so everything works well in the hospital, and they let me go live my life with it. Out in the real world, which didn't work out. I never got any better.
Yeah.
And now come March of 2020, I'm sorry if I'm boring people. I don't know why I'm really talking about it.
You're fine.
Come March of 2020, when all of a sudden we were thrown into panic mode.
Yeah.
COVID. I had places that I applied to. One place I was going to get a job. I didn't want to live on unemployment. I wanted to do something. I could do the maintenance. I could remotely just do. I could read CAD files. I could read architecture drawings. I don't need to go to these buildings. I could do my job differently. That I was told by my doctors, do not, under any circumstance, with this COVID, go into an office atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because and I was like, well, okay, so you're telling me not to work until it was good. So now that turns into on Long Island, we went on shutdown. All those businesses were shut down.
Yep.
All of them. They were non-essential. No HVAC. So if you were a business and you were open and we had your contract and your refrigeration system went down, we had to give you the big middle finger. Sorry. We're not allowed to come into your place, nor should you be open.
Yeah.
I mean, Long Island was bad. Milk was really bad in the beginning. And then
Yeah, I remember.
now you go down until I'm like, all right, listen. And that's when I was supposed to move, because the prior year before this had happened. So then that's when I decided to move down. I moved down here, not in the best of condition, on August 1st, I guess. And forget about it down here. Kodi will tell you, as soon as I showed up, COVID went off the fucking charts from August to December.
Yeah.
I mean, where am I going to get a job making a third of what I was making?
Yeah. Well, South Carolina, my area of South Carolina never really practiced any of the social distancing or the stay-at-home order or any of that. Nobody did that. I mean, my neighbors were still gathering in groups of like 40 to party in the yards. I'm like,
with the numbers that, and Kodi saw them too, with the numbers that were shooting up in the Columbia and surrounding counties, Lexington Town County, out where Kodi lives, down where I live in St. Matthews. It's all the same, Calhoun County. All that, but all the numbers that were skyrocketing.
Yep.
You really, I'm not, I can't at this point in my life have the living I was at and be expected to go, and it's not above me, but let's say I was perfectly fine. Trust me, I'd be doing something. I'm pretty creative if I'm 100%.
Yeah.
But to be 1/3 of the person that you are, you can't really bebop and battle and shake and, do this, that, and the other thing, other than these things I'm doing as side hustles, which is perfect, which is fine for now. Do I want to do it forever? Maybe, but I do want the option of not just doing it. It's just I want to grow it. I'm not someone who's just going to be content to run to the post office every so often and whatever, and which is perfectly fine. But I want to do something different.
Yeah.
Have a warehouse, just make it part of it. But I can't do any of that. And now, all of a sudden, South Carolina's close mouth. They're not talking about anything. But meanwhile, last week, they go into a panic. I got to tell you, they predicted a bunch of tornadoes, shut the whole state down, said closed schools for a storm that never came.
Yeah, it never happened.
It never happened.
I actually had hail the night before. I could hear it pinging off my windows. The night before, we were supposed to have all the tornadoes and stuff, and by morning it was still gloomy, and it was windy, but there was no rain, there was nothing, and I'm like, okay.
See, I know where Graybeard's coming from. Graybeard, I don't even have the energy to walk from a truck into the building to the doctor's office. I just want them to tell me, listen. And the thing with, and that's terrible with, who was it? Thomas's dad had 4 heart attacks 2 weeks. He had quadruple bypass. I have 0 blockages. 0.
I have a stent in my heart.
Not one stent. They wouldn't even. There was no place to put a stent.
Yeah.
So it's kind of disheartening when I just beg them. If you tell me to do whatever, hang upside down 8 hours a day, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that you're going to say, hey, this is what can fix you. It's up to you whether you do it or not. They don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's frustrating.
It is.
They don't have an answer. They keep shifting you from one doctor to the other, and it's like, come on.
Oh, and here's the kicker. In Stony Brook, each time I got admitted, I saw a different cardiologist. And the last one I saw said, I just think that you're just tense up top. Let me listen to you. You're going to love this. Tim will love this. I don't know how I didn't go batshit crazy. I got nasty, though. Let me just prescribe you a muscle relaxant. I says, okay. I don't know what that's going to do for me. Is that going to conflict with my other medication? And he looked at me, and the dumb bastard said, what medication? I go, you didn't fucking look at my chart? I'm on 9 medications you guys prescribed.
Yeah.
Luckily, Flexeril is not something you can take me amiodarone. So, the guy would have killed me. Basically.
Yeah. I had a doctor almost do that, prescribing me too much insulin. Because I've never been diabetic, and I'm still not diabetic. But when I went into the hospital, when I had all the fluid retention, and they hit me with a lot of these whammies that were like, you have fluid retention, you have congestive heart failure, and you're diabetic. The doctor just came in and goes, well, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I'm like,
I almost want to wish, they called both my heart attacks in January and February congestive heart failure. So I go, why did you write down heart attack? Well, that's what the definition is. I didn't know. I wasn't being a smart guy. There's many definitions to a heart attack.
Yeah.
You have a heart attack because of clogged arteries. You can have a heart attack because of
heart failure is that the sac around your heart is filling with fluid. It makes it hard to breathe. It makes it hard to function. Your muscles are weak. And,
it can't contract because that sac is full of fluid.
Yeah.
And that fluid-filled sac, it automatically dumps into the lungs.
Yeah.
See, I had no fluid. Mine was they said my condition was electrical. If that makes any sense to you guys, I will never claim to be a doctor. I woke up Sunday morning at 5:30. My heart rate was 220 and going up. And I went to an automatic. I never knew. Listen, I used to hear about people with anxiety. I used to hear about people with panic attacks. I never had any of them. I was a daredevil and a criminal in the 80s. Well, when you get them all show up at the same fucking time, There's a problem when you wake up and your sweat is dripping off of you, and you feel like somebody stuck a fork in your chest and they're trying to rip your heart out.
Yep.
You automatically go into a fucking panic.
Yep.
And then when I got to the hospital, it was a 240. And the next thing I know, I was waking up from something. I don't know if I never asked them, did I pass out? Or did they slam me down on the gurney? They put an oxygen mask on me. All I know is that there was a quiet night until I showed up, and there were 6 people around me.
Yeah.
And then when I came to, I felt fucking fine. And she said, "Oh yeah." The first nurse was really funny. She goes, "Stand up." And I stood up. She goes, "Walk." And I go, "Well, let go." She goes, "No, I'm not gonna let go. You walk." I took 3 steps, and I couldn't breathe. She goes,
Yep.
"Don't feel fine?" I go, "I felt fine laying down. Now, if I can live that way, I'm good." I go,
Right.
"What's wrong with me?" She goes, "Well, we're gonna find out." He goes, "But something triggered your heart to go ballistic."
Yeah.
So we find out after they did all the tests that I had no fluid on the lungs at all. But they called when I got, what is it, departed? What do you call that? When you leave the hospital, what do you call that?
Released.
Released, but there's another word for it. Anyway, when I got released, the synopsis was all the medications, how many times a day, test negative, test negative, test negative, test negative, test negative,
Yeah.
administered cardioversion. Told me what I came in, heart rate fluctuating between 220 and 240, which apparently is really higher. It's like a danger zone,
Yeah.
like extremely high. That
Those
was
are
just
stroke
off,
level.
Yeah, that's stroke level.
that was off on its own. And patient suffers from congestive heart failure.
Discharged. That's
Discharge, right. So I asked the head nurse. Her name was, what was her name? She was phenomenal, this girl. She really was. Lynn, Lynne. I go, "What does that mean?" She goes, "That's one of the ways to say you had a heart attack." I'm like, "What, really? I had a heart attack?" She goes, "Yes, there's not one standard answer for heart attack." I go, "So what does congestive heart failure mean?" So, of course, smartass is Googling it. And it said what Willow said. Fluid around the heart, blah, 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 blah. And I go, "But it doesn't say I had any of this." She goes, No, congestive heart failure has a few different, has a couple of different meanings now. I go,
Yeah.
"Well, this is why you confuse fucking everybody, man."
Right. Well, the doctor, when I went in, I had an infection. I had a urinary tract infection when I went into the hospital for all that. And when you have an infection, it can skew that test they do for diabetes.
I understand that, gray beard. I feel the same way 3 times a day. Take it easy, man. You
And
gotta lay down.
bye, gray beard. And my test was borderline. So, they started giving me insulin and stabbing me with those little pokey things, and they started giving me insulin in the hospital, but it was like 1 or 2 milligrams. It was insignificant amounts. I mean, it was tiny. And they didn't tell me I had to take anything at home. They did prescribe metformin, which I was fine with because I didn't want to give myself shots. I don't mind giving myself a tattoo, but I will not give myself a shot. Mm-mm. So,
I just got a message that New York just reached a deal to legalize weed. I'm going back home.
I know, because it is not legal here. But the second time I went to the hospital, the same doctor that I had seen the first time comes running. I mean, he was like a rabid little squirrel, man. He was like, "You need to be on insulin at home. You need to be on insulin at home, or you're going to die." And I'm like, whoa. He was like a drug pusher, literally, like on the street drug pusher. I'm like, "Dude, what is wrong with you?" And I was like, "I cannot afford insulin." He goes, "I'll give you a coupon for it." Yeah, for 1 month.
I'll give you a coupon. They're on sale. Go to Kroger's.
My first thought is this guy's getting kickbacks from the insulin companies, right?
Okay, listen.
And what he prescribed to me, I wasn't comfortable with it. It seemed excessive considering what they've been giving me in the hospital. So I didn't touch it. I mean, I did pick it up, but I didn't take it until my home healthcare nurse showed up, and I asked her because she was taking care of my foot. That's when I had the first surgery on my foot. And
No, Maureen, I'm not kidding.
so my home healthcare nurse was a little concerned. She said, "That doesn't sound right to me either." So she tried to call the doctor that prescribed it. There was no answer at his office, and she left a message. Usually when a nurse calls a doctor's office, they get a call back right away. Nothing for like 15 minutes. And she goes, okay. So she called our pharmacy at the hospital and asked them about it. And they were like, hold on a minute. And they like looked at my chart and everything. And they were like, tell her not to take that. That will put her in a hypo whatever, and she will be dead before she hits the second one on 911. I'm like, doctor tried to kill me. I'm like, great. So yeah, needless to say, I never took the insulin.
Maureen, I got it directly from the source, from the city. Yes.
Yeah.
Weed is legalized in New York.
Yep. Oh, Kevin, you'll love this one. I had my
I'll still
neighbor.
stick to street weed better than.
Yeah. I had my neighbor, speaking of street weed, my neighbor Donnie makes runs to the store for me sometimes. And I was out of tobacco, so I asked him if he would make a run to go get me cigarettes. And he did. And then he goes, girl, you need to stop smoking these cigarettes. He goes, you need to smoke weed. He goes, I'll hook you up. He goes, anytime you need it, you just let me know. He goes, I'll even give you pie for when you have the munchies. I was just like, oh my God.
Weed and pie? I'm good.
Weed and pie.
I'm only 30 miles from you, man. Send them down.
He gets some good shit too.
I like pie. Who doesn't like a good pie?
I've when I had both feet and I could walk, I used to go over there to his house and talk to him because he sits on his porch all the time. So I used to go over and talk to him, and him and his friends would be smoking, and they'd offer, and I'd be like, "No, I'm good." And they never pushed.
What? They ain't bothering nobody, and they just want to watch the world go by. People should just leave them the fuck alone.
They're fine. But
Linda's in Spain. Cody, you got a storm coming. It just got dark as F here.
Yeah, it's pretty dark here too.
Toilet Girl's in South Carolina?
No, Toilet Girl is in England.
That explains it then.
Yeah. But so and they would offer, they wouldn't push, which I appreciated. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
But from the smell of it, because there'd be like three of them each smoking a spliff, and of course you're gonna smell it. They got some good shit. I was like, damn, that smells sweet. I haven't touched that shit in over 20 years.
I don't understand. People get all these fruity flavored names, and it don't smell like raspberries. It smells like pot. Smells like pot. What can you tell us about that, Willow?
Not a whole hell of a lot. I tried it
Come
once
on,
when I was a teenager, and it made me sicker than a dog. So
The only one that I can testify smells named is skunkweed.
Well, you can go to Cali, and he's been smoking weed his whole life, and he still can't smoke it right without burning the back of his throat. Every time he takes it, he burns his throat. James Cali.
Yeah, no comment.
I'm no longer in Brooklyn, Maureen. I'm bye-bye gones.
Have you been, Michael?
Who's Big Mike?
For new people, Michael is technically my husband in Massachusetts. We're still legally married. So.
Okay, it's late in the day for that story.
Yeah, it's way late in the day.
Ooh, 7:10. God damn, where's the time go? We're down here in the south. We're going to get something stupid now.
Okay.
I'm going to go dry the leaves off that tree. It looks a little bit weird. That's what we do.
Michael and I get along fine. It's okay.
yeah, as long as they're like 1,500 miles apart, it's all good.
We're good.
Just when you think you got everyone figured out, everyone's got another curveball.
Curveballs happen.
I have led an interesting life, Kevin. And I'm glad I'm glad I lived my life when I was younger, because with all the crap that's happened to me now, you know what I mean? I'm glad I have the memories. Some of them good, some of them bad, Michael. But most of them good.
Holy shit, where the hell did this day go? It's 7-Eleven already?
It is.
Wow. Let me tell you something. I'm tired of losing 3 days a week because of exhaustion and tiredness.
Welcome to my world.
I don't even know what to do anymore.
And it's frustrating because you're so used to being active. You know what I mean? That when all of a sudden you aren't active as like you used to be. I mean, when my back first started being real bad, I couldn't sweep, I couldn't do dishes, I couldn't do any of the things that I never wanted to do. But now that I couldn't do them, I was like, I want to get them done, so.
It's like I've had enough. It's 2 years now. I've had enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I was basically told not to work. Officially told to take care of myself, and zero has happened.
Yeah.
Now I've taken myself off all my medication. I feel no better or worse for it, which means I didn't really need anything to maintain anymore.
Right.
And I had somebody tell me that the amiodarone they had me on was a 6-month max, and I was on it for 21 months. And my blood pressure went back to normal, went back to 70, rather than being at 48 to 54. All that thing was doing is just, and I don't go into AFib anymore.
Yeah.
Knock on
Well,
wood,
that's good.
since I stopped taking the amiodarone. So
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain that.
Congratulations, Michael. His grandson was born.
Hmm.
Technically, well, no, I'm not even going to get into that weird Jerry Springer type of thing about step things. And no, I'm not doing that again.
So what's next on the agenda for Tim?
I see
The
endocardiologist, endocrinologist.
I like his word better.
Yeah.
Can I say the did you see
You
it?
had
You know,
to have
man?
added like half a dozen syllables to that.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Endocrinologist or whatever it is. In April on the 14th. And beyond that, I have no clue.
So was that what was making you shake?
They don't know what's causing the shaking.
They'll figure it out. There's one thing I learned, and they're the only people that are going to help us. So we got to try to stay as positive we can. And science isn't exact. It's just basically it's
guesswork.
It's guesswork and research.
Yep.
And you know what? And I don't care what they say. No two people are alike.
Yeah.
I smoked for 25
No, and they try
years.
to pigeonhole you really fast.
Oh, yeah. I got into an argument with the doctor. Not an argument, kind of a fun argument. When I first got admitted that time, and they actually, did you smoke? And I go, yeah. Do you still smoke? I go, no. I smoked for 25 years. I quit 3 years ago. And he pulled out my X-rays, and he goes, "Oh, this is what's the most amazing thing I've ever seen." And I go, "What?" He goes, "Are you sure you smoked?" I go, "Why would I admit to smoking if I didn't?"
Right.
Are you talking about pot? Let me tell you this way, doctor. I smoked crack. I smoked weed. I smoked coke. I smoked cigarettes. So whatever you could smoke and cigars, I smoked. The 80s were wonderful. But then I smoked cigarettes from the 90s forward, you know?
Yeah.
And I quit. He goes, "Your lungs are 100% clean. It doesn't even look like you were ever a smoker."
Yeah,
I go-
I'm the same way.
And you know what the head nurse said? She was a pisser, man. She kept it real. She goes, "Yeah, it takes that one little fucking bacteria that stayed there and said, 'I'm just waiting to get you.' That one day people show up and they have lung cancer and they can't figure out why."
Yeah.
And she made sense.
Yep.
You should have seen his face. But I go, if you put it, I smoked it all. I'm not proud of it, but I smoked crack once, and I'll tell you why I only smoked it once. And I'll admit to it. Smoked it once. Do you want to know why I never did it again?
Why?
I really don't want to say in front of everybody. I'll put it to you this way. I
You
can
started
understand why it became an epidemic, because you will chase that forever.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
You will chase it forever. I said, "Oh my God, now I know why people lose their mind over this." And that's what stopped me right then and there in that moment. I didn't do drugs anymore, except weed.
Yeah.
I said, "Holy shit."
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I'm thinking it might help me with these damn headaches because they don't seem to understand. You know, that's one of the things that's debilitating for me is the constant freaking headaches.
There's
Yeah,
too
I'm
many.
dealing with that too.
There's too many
Thank you,
people
Julie.
saying that it helps them for it not to be right.
Yep.
There really is. There's too many people. And I didn't realize how many stoned 70-year-olds there are running around the supermarket. I wonder why they don't fucking move. Because
You can
apparently that's
smell
a
it.
big pharmaceutical weed for years with the elderly.
You
They
can
drop-
smell it on people when you walk past them. You're like, "Yep, stoner."
To get out of their car with those big black glasses on that wrap around their head,
Yeah.
they're stoned off their rocker, and they're just walking into the banana display in the supermarket. And you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, look at this poor old person. They're fucking stoned off their rocker."
Yep.
I never knew. I never realized it. But it helps people. Listen, they've given Callie many painkillers. The only thing that helps his pain is the medical marijuana.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's expanded upon that and got some on his own.
Of course he has.
to try different things. But listen, if you're where it's legal, then have more power to you.
Well, I mean,
They're
he
trying to
only gets so
legalize it
much.
here, but it ain't gonna do me any good.
You only get so much with a prescription. So
Our
Well,
the
son-in-law
way
is
Kelly
that
smokes
way.
it,
I'll
the
put
way
it to you
Kelly
this way.
smokes it, he would definitely have to supplement that.
Well, you have enough money in your pocket, but people still rob banks because they want more money.
Yeah.
Same thing with weed. Go buy a more of amount. Who's going to vilify it? Is it even a crime anymore?
I know. It's so stupid to have it illegal anywhere now. I mean, Canada just legalized it.
They had to. They
I
just
will
too
tell
many.
you though. I will absolutely tell you that not every Canadian is nice. They're always
Not-
saying the Canadian people are like, as a people, are very nice, and as a country, they're very polite. But my dad was Canadian, and he was a dickhead. Let me tell you.
I'm French Canadian, and
My
I have
dad
to
was-
agree with that. More than half that country are dickheads. The
My-
French
my dad
Canadians
was
are.
My dad was German Canadian.
It's just America with an accent. But they gave up when the United States and the places in Michigan and all along the Canadian border weren't giving up real estate for dispensaries to be built. Canada let them in. So right then and there, you should have known it. But and that was 2013. Between 2011 and 2013 is when I invested in Sen Biotech. And they allowed it. Now the building's been sitting there. So they built another building. They started doing energy drinks until they passed the legalization of marijuana. Because they wanted these companies to come in, build the framework or the infrastructure for the manufacturing of weed and cultivating, and then pull eminent domain on their ass and kicking them out. Well, they got caught.
Cash
Not
will always
everybody
pick
got
on me.
paid.
Cash will always picks on me when I'm smoking a cigarette on a live.
Casual.
Casual. It'd be a
So
little casual.
I shut my camera off so he doesn't have to see it. Hi, Susanna.
Hey, Susanna.
Oh, Suzette is here?
Susanna's here.
I'm out. Such a troublemaker. Oh, I'm Susanna. Look at me. Ooh, I can paint. Ooh, look at this floor.
Kevin.
Ooh, my pictures are pretty. So what if they are? We know they're pretty. She's like the auction queen now. She's got displays. She does the Vanahans like she's turning letters,
Yep.
showing her merchandise.
She does a very good job.
She does a bang-up job.
I love listening to her and Tina talk. Susanna's Tina. No offense, Tina. Ma Tina. Oh, it's
I
getting
have
confusing.
no idea who you're talking about.
Susanna's significant other, Tina. When they're talking, it reminds me of home because they're both in Massachusetts.
Oh. Casual, did you just show up?
Yeah, he just got
Again?
here.
Or still casual.
Drama on Kathy's channel.
Oh.
I don't even know if I want to ask.
I just said again or still.
Yeah.
I just leave it at that.
I don't know.
Linda said again. Question mark.
I'm afraid to ask who it's about this time because she like picks different people all the time. So
What, she on another rant again?
yeah.
Oh, yay.
I got kind of reprimanded during the benefit auction for Robin because I tried to clarify some information and they didn't like the clarification.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone.
Yep.
That's in the past. It's over. It's done.
Yes, Mom.
You betcha.
Who doesn't go live anymore? Tina?
Were you just talking about clarified butter?
No.
Mm.
Clarified information. You know, I have a thing about accuracy, and the information was incorrect.
Oh,
and I was
please. There's no place for that on YouTube. Let it go.
apparently
Leave it alone.
not. Yeah. I got in
Please.
trouble. So,
So like Marion Barry got videotaped smoking crack when he was the mayor of Washington and then
Yeah.
gets reelected. I didn't do it.
right?
Yeah, hookers
wasn't
made me
me.
do it.
It's all about
Yeah.
Shaggy.
Yeah, the hookers made him do it.
I mean, my niece. I didn't mean hooker.
Hi, Kelly. Love you, Mama. Thank you for popping in. Okay.
Hello,
Have a good lay down.
Bye, Kelly.
I hope you have a
Who's
good
eating
rest.
snacks?
I'm
Show
fixing
them.
me something to eat. I haven't had much today.
No snacks, but just popped open the Pepsis.
I can't remember.
Hi,
the last
Kelly.
time
Hi,
I-
Thomas.
I'm eating real food.
Dana. Hi, Casual. Hi, Linda.
I have a question I don't know the answer to.
42.
After all this time, I have no idea if Casual Flip is a male or a female. Nor does it matter, but I have no idea.
You know, I don't think I ever asked. I just say hey to Casual.
It's just the Casual Flipper. Hey, Casual.
Casual. Yeah.
Just wearing my cardigan. Hanging out. Sounds like you're banging into a bag of Chips Ahoy. I don't know who you're fooling, Willow.
No, I was getting turkey pepperonis out.
Oh, turkey pepperonis.
Oh,
I
hi,
think
Yeah,
I
I'm
ever have.
finishing off some cheesy ramen noodles I made last night. And I need protein, so I'm adding some turkey pepperoni.
Ramen noodles are the universal soldier of a kitchen. You can add anything you want to it.
Noodles are what you eat when you're poor.
So I'm wondering, is Linda a male or female? Linda.
She is definitely female. I've seen pictures of Linda. She is absolutely beautiful, and she is female.
Well, is that the Linda from the UK or the one from the US?
She's from Spain.
From
Well,
Spain?
Sweden.
Well,
Sweden
she's in
and
Spain.
Spain.
She's from Holland.
Yeah.
Okay, why would someone leave Holland to go to Spain?
Because they went on vacation and then COVID hit and they got
Other?
stuck there.
They
Yeah.
what? They couldn't get home? No.
So they couldn't get back home.
Really?
Really? That's what she told
That
me.
sounds like a really cool story.
So she's been stuck in Spain.
I could deal with that. Well, because of COVID?
Yes.
No way.
They locked it down. They wouldn't let anybody in or out. At least that's what I understood. Correct me if I'm wrong, Linda.
So prison was bad. You can't leave the cell. You can't leave the country.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been cooped up in my house.
I'm tired of it. I can't. I just go stand on the deck going, hello, world that I haven't been in. It's brutal.
Kevin, one of the things that I'm getting with my stimulus is like the little ramp things that goes over the door jamb. You know?
A threshold
Because
ramp.
it's a threshold ramp because my the threshold to go outside is too high. I can't get the wheelchair over it, and I'm so tired of not being able to go on my porch. So I'm getting one. They cost like $80.
God,
but
I didn't believe it until people kept telling me, you gotta, not just to go in and out of a car for the 5 times I've gone to town in 7 months. You gotta get outside and walk around for 5 minutes.
well, walking
And
is a
I
little
didn't believe it
difficult for
until I
me,
did it.
but I can roll around on my porch a little bit. I can roll around on the top part of my ramp, but my driveway is dirt, so I can't get through that with the wheelchair unless I have help.
So, are there any
liberate
cars
too
that park
soon,
in your
Susanna.
library?
You got to give it
In
a
your
couple of
library.
weeks to seed into your system.
Why don't you just go have your son buy a sheet of plywood and throw it across the driveway?
Kevin, that's cute.
Costs $8.
That's cute.
A sheet of plywood here is like 23.
And wood is pretty cheap
Where
here.
are you,
It's
Kansas.
Willow? You're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, and I shot Toto. Your point?
aw,
That dog is annoying.
I love that little dog. I'm having a hard enough time getting the tables set up in that room, so having him do anything like that is
I'm just going that shit because I can't beat or stitch because I can't see it.
yeah. Will's having problems with her eye
I have a question.
3
again.
weeks
It
ago.
might be stupid. Why do people find it necessary to get the shot when it's not necessary? And there's no track record that it even works?
I don't know.
Because they're
Is it
terrified,
peace of
desperate,
mind?
and they want their life back. And if getting stabbed does it, they'll do it.
Yeah,
Well, not get stabbed like I've been stabbed. I don't understand what
yeah.
you
Don't
mean.
do that.
But Susanna had COVID?
No, not that I know of. Susanna, you guys didn't get COVID, did you?
So it's just peace of mind.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right.
We had it on my street. My neighbor told me that he's like, that crud is on this street. And I was like, it wouldn't have anything to do with the barbecue cookout thing that you had with 30 people over there a couple of weeks ago, would it?
You need to have 2 shots?
The day the toxic twins moved out. The Johnson & Johnson shot you only need once, but it's supposed to only be like 50 or 60% effective. The other shots are a higher percent of effectiveness, but you have to get 2 doses.
But why?
Booster.
Yeah, I don't know.
There are some people that it's advantageous to, and then some people that it makes them feel better and safer. I got it.
Yeah.
If COVID finds me in the woods, God bless him.
Healthcare and stuff.
Well, I got you. I can't figure out how the hell I got pneumonia and we're not around anybody.
Yeah.
Well, except my son.
Pneumonia is not really contagious.
Well, how does it happen, Willow? Honestly, I don't know.
You get like bronchitis or something like that, and it seeds into your system and attacks your lungs, and your lungs fill with fluid trying to flush the poison out. And you end up
Filled with fluid. Let me tell you. No, I'm not going to be gross.
I've had pneumonia 13 times, buddy.
I know. I'm not. I don't want to gross you out. To everybody else, the amount of what of the histamine that came from me, it had to show up in my lungs over the period of a day, because I went from one day being fine, and the next day, and my inhaler couldn't break through nothing.
I was staying overnight at my aunt's house, and their heater went out in the middle of the night, and I was, asleep on the sofa, and woke up the next morning, and it felt like I had swallowed a frozen brick. So yeah.
So it's a virus, right?
No, it's a reaction in the body. Flu is a virus. Pneumonia is basically, it can be bacteria. Usually it is viral, but it just depends. It can go either way. Basically, it's a worsening of symptoms from like a cold or a flu or just a bacteria that's gotten in there. It can even be allergy, tied to allergies.
I wonder how I got it.
Kevin, it's Mother Nature going, here, hold my beer.
Yeah.
What?
It's Mother Nature saying, here, hold my beer. Watch this.
It just gets you when it wants to?
Yeah.
Some people are more susceptible than others.
My
I'm highly susceptible. Even a head cold can go to pneumonia on me overnight.
My father, when I was still living up north, my parents came up to visit me. They brought my daughter up, and they were in Massachusetts for a week. And the day before they were going to leave, I ended up in the hospital having to have an emergency gallbladder surgery. So that was a fun way to say bye to them when they were leaving, as they had to come visit me in the hospital. And
I had pneumonia when my dad was on his deathbed, and I was taking care of him.
And my dad was coughing, and I asked him, are you okay? He goes, yeah, it's just an altitude change from South Carolina to Massachusetts. And I'm looking at him going, I don't think so. Like, he came home back to South Carolina, and he was taking care of their yard. My dad was anal about his grass in the yard. But he was doing the yard work, and he was pulling weeds, and he started coughing up blood. And so he came in and told my mom that he had just coughed up blood. So they immediately called his doctor, and they went to the doctor's office, and the doctor listened to his lungs and ran a couple of things. And he was like, I'm calling an ambulance and you're going to the hospital. You have pneumonia. And he wouldn't even let him go get clothes or anything because he was going to be in there for a while. Yeah, he never came out of the hospital. My dad died 5 days later.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
So, Willow, that histamine isn't the actual pneumonia. That's what's protecting you from it.
No, histamine is what your body throws off.
Wow.
To fight an allergy.
Wow.
Like when the cottonwoods burst here, my sinuses go batshit. I mean, I turn into a walking snot machine.
So in New York,
and your body's throwing off histamines trying to get that out of your system because your body reacts to it.
So this could come down to the fact that there's something around here that wasn't in New York that I could be allergic to out of the blue.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All Precisely. I do is walk the property. Now, I do remember sneezing for 2 days before it and then being knocked on my ass the third day.
Yep.
John, when John and I first moved here from Massachusetts, now he's from California and Washington State, moved to Massachusetts, and then we moved here. He was never allergic to bees until we moved to South Carolina.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah,
that can be caused because the plants that the bees are getting their pollen from are plants that he is allergic to, that he didn't know he was allergic to because they didn't grow where he lived before.
He's not allergic to any plants. They ran all kinds of tests on every plant that's in our yard. A bee stung him like on the back of his arm, and luckily it's localized allergic reaction. He didn't get anaphylactic shock, thank God. But like his elbow locked up, his wrist locked up, all the joints in his hand locked up. He could not move his arm. And we had to go in and they had to give him a shot in his ass that made him really loopy. It was so funny. But
sorry.
It's a good thing that I didn't have video capabilities back then, let me tell you.
Christy S says sickness already in your body. So you're already predisposed to pneumonia, and your immune system keeps you healthy when it magnifies the way it did. Let me tell you something.
If you have a weakened immune system, you're more susceptible to things like allergies, head colds, flus, going to pneumonia. And that is why I've had pneumonia so many times, because my immune system has always been in the bucket.
And how do we fix that? I never had a problem with that, but apparently I do now.
It can change as you get. I never had allergies, and I sit in my room these days, and I'm like with my eyes, and I'm sniffling, and I never had allergies when I was a kid. I was allergic to the sun because I'm a redhead. I fried to a crisp, but yeah. But I never had any kind of allergies, until I don't know.
Well, you are kind of cooped up, and you have your animals with you, so that could be just dander getting you.
Yeah. Well, it was like that before that.
Then
my allergies. I started getting allergy problems. Maybe about 6 years ago.
Oh, pipe down, Susanna. Don't make us swell.
So
that's just my years of caregiving. You'll learn a lot.
As you get older, shit changes in your body, and it sucks.
Yeah, as your chemistry changes, even with
I must have ignored a lot of shit, man.
Even with the hormonal changes that you go through in life, it can affect your allergies and stuff. My mom and my sister were extremely allergic to cats.
That's it.
This had a hysterectomy and went through immediate menopause. Mom went through natural menopause. After that, we had to rescue it in the garage that was abandoned by its mother, because I opened the door and the crap out of her because I didn't know she was in there. And we were going to take care of it and then find somebody to foster it because we weren't going to be able to keep it. The allergies. But Mom and Sis couldn't resist. They had to hold the kitten, and they didn't have a problem, so we kept going, keeping the kitten with us and taking care of it. And they never had a problem, and she died in 2016 of old age. And
sometimes allergies can be psychosomatic too, and it's funny because the human brain is an amazing thing. It really is. That's the human brain.
The human brain.
That chunk of meat in your skull.
Yeah.
A gray matter.
When my oldest daughter was 3 years old, I had to leave her with my parents, and I told her that I gave her my Cocker Spaniel because she was going to be staying in the house and I had to go. So I told her that the dog was hers, and she was all happy because, she was 3 and she had a dog. And when my dad got mad at me during the custody battles, he took my Cocker Spaniel, who was completely healthy, and took her to the vet and had her put to sleep. And he also took my mom's Persian cat and had him put to sleep at the same time.
I thought vets weren't allowed to do that. Or they lie about sickness or something.
Yeah, he probably lied.
In a situation like that, actually what they give them is a light sedation so that they appear to be dead.
Well,
they wake them up after the person has left, knowing that they are batshit. And then they find a new home for the critter when they wake up, and they report the person that.
Yeah, well, he never got reported. They put the animals to sleep because I called the vet to see if I could get the animals back, and he said they were dead. So, anyway.
I wouldn't have thought of that in a million years, Willow.
My daughter.
What, that they fake euthanasia?
Don't fuck with Willow. She'll figure you out.
My daughter.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I give out compliments. I'm Susanna.
the next time my daughter was around an animal, which was at daycare, they got guinea pigs. She broke out in hives, and her eyes got all red and itchy, and she couldn't be anywhere near it. And I was like, okay, that's weird. But I figured maybe it was just allergic to rodents or something, So, but the next time she went to my grandmother's house, to my aunt and uncle's house, they have a basset hound. She again got the same reaction. She had never had a reaction to that dog before. All of a sudden, she started getting reactions, and this lasted for 5 or 6 years until one day when they came up to visit for their summer vacation thing. They came up north to visit me. I had a cat in my house that had 3 kittens, and my daughter sat right down. Whenever they came to visit me, I always had animals. She never had a reaction in my house to any of my animals ever. So she sat right down and grabbed kittens, and she's all snuggling with kittens. And she asked my mom if she could have one. Being a child, she was like 9, and my father actually said yes, which was shocking. And she hasn't had an allergic reaction to an animal since.
Wow. Susanna wants to take a walk on the dark side.
Sure you can, Susanna. Tina, you can give it a try.
This isn't Sandy's channel, Kevin.
I'm Susanna. I have a particular set of skills. Oh, you can give it a try.
Type faster, Susanna.
Good gal.
Ah. Well, let me tell you. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hi, I'm Susanna. Next questions.
From what we've been told by Fluffy on Conky's auctions, Conky's Flippin' Adventures, who does auctions every Saturday. Got to give Conky a prop. Fluffy said that he's got some behind the scenes, like off YouTube stuff that they are dealing with, and so they're taking care of that before they get back on YouTube. And that's all we know.
Jeez, that's mild. Come, Susanna, come back with a better one.
Yeah, he's just dealing with some.
He's not here. Okay.
He's been dealing with some behind the scenes type of things, and life. I know Scotland was on lockdown, and as far as I know, that's all. I don't know if it's completely lifted again or.
No, they're still on lockdown. All of the UK is still on lockdown. They are lifting restrictions. They're not fully lifted yet.
Yeah, I know she's back in school.
Blonde?
Because Wendy's daughter had gone back to school, so.
Yeah.
Maureen Blonde?
Yeah. But other than that, I don't.
Yeah, he mods for Conky, and that's not the only time you see him.
Yep.
Hiccup?
Excuse me, yes.
Welcome back, Wendy.
I have a
Sorry.
question. What happened to the old shy Susanna? Anybody seen her?
She
Not in a while.
found her voice.
Boy, howdy, did she ever.
Where's
Her and Amy
Susanna?
both, man. They're like rawr,
We found her shell. It's empty. What happened?
How can you be scared of YouTube people? Come on, what are they gonna do?
What's a conky?
Conky's Flippin' Adventures.
I never heard of that person.
Conky and Noreen, they're very sweet people.
That's just like,
Yeah, I've been fooled and told that before.
They're resellers. They're just part of the reseller community.
Conky does storage auctions, and so he hangs out with Jeremy.
Jeremy from What the Hales.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jeremy
dear,
from What the Hales. And
Clear Thrifts.
Clear Thrifts and
Wade.
Guapo.
Guapo and Chapo and
Rob from Second Sense.
from Second Sense. They
I
all do a
don't
show.
hang out with. I don't go to any of those folks. I stay with the little people.
Well, that's just like I was talking to Cody last night. I sent her a message, said that I was watching Froggy Flips, and she's like, okay, I don't know who that is. I said, Anthony's a pretty good guy.
I was
I've heard
like,
the
"Okay,
name
go for
Froggy."
it." Whose wife, Maureen? Yeah, Conky's auctions are very small. They're not real long and drawn out. He's usually on for about an hour and a half on Saturdays.
Oh, look who snuck back in.
That hotness.
Yes, Susanna Trent is going on a different excursion for a while.
Who's Trent?
Who's Trent?
Thrifter Pickers.
Oh, is that the one that was doing the show with Cajun in the mornings?
It does the show with Johnny on the YouTubes. He's Thrifty Pickers.
Yeah.
He talks a lot, but it's informative.
Yes, and yeah, he is. But
he sold all the stuff, and he just decided he's going to do something with his dad. So he's going to take a break.
didn't his dad just have a heart attack or two here?
He did, and they won't let him do his job no more. So he was a heavy machinery operator, and he can't do that under his condition no more.
Stacy, have fun at the swap meet. I love swap meets.
Hey, Eagle Art.
Ages since I've been to a swap meet.
Fluffy and Squashy aren't actually married. They're a couple, but they're not. Fluffy and Squashy.
Funky Fluffy and
Squashy. I am Squashy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they're not married.
So how come they were always in two different places?
Because they have two different places.
They each have their own apartment.
Yeah, they each have their own place.
I'm just confused.
Yeah, they're a couple, but they're not married. They're like, common law, more or less, but
they don't live together, so not really. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It works for them though, so hey.
I think if they were actually to live together, one of them would end up killing the other.
Yeah, we'd miss Fluffy.
The joke in that, Kevin, is that Fluffy's built like a brick shit house. And Squashy,
I know Fluffy is
tiny twig.
Yeah, Squashy's tiny, teeny tiny.
Fluffy don't scare me.
Nobody scares you, Kevin.
Amy scares me.
Amy doesn't scare you.
Amy scares me.
She's violent.
Me too.
She a bad
violent.
bitch. She a bad bitch. That's what
Number
Amy
one,
is.
she's a short, wiry little thing.
She's a
You
thug.
got to watch out for those. They're ninjas.
They roll sizzle in no steak.
That is so cute.
Hey, you got to sleep sometime, buddy.
Amy got a lot of steak to go with that
frying
sizzle.
pan.
Hey,
What?
Burrito you and whomp you. That's what my
Amy
mom
beats-
taught me.
Where is Wendy's Kingdom? In UK as well?
Yes, she's actually in Great Britain.
What'd you do? Run out of Americans, Cody? What the hell's going on?
I love Wendy, and her
Yeah,
daughter is
Americans.
absolutely adorable. She's my favorite tiny little Brit.
Yeah, she's the little mini Brit.
Yep.
mini brat.
There is nothing sweeter than having a
Oh.
little British girl sing you Merry Christmas and then sing you Happy Birthday. Okay, the little voice is just oh my god! And
I do know who Amy does like, though.
you.
I will tell you. Amy knows her. Amy does enjoy sugar tits.
Yep. We all love sugar tits.
Sugar tits. Shut the fuck up. That's hot mess. Shut the fuck up. Don't make me put you on my list now. It's up to 7. I'm going to get all of you. She's going to be the first YouTube serial killer. Bodies everywhere.
Well, Victoria already does that with everybody's names. So
You got a 50-50
spreadsheet.
chance of Victoria getting your name right.
yeah.
If you want to see her spreadsheet, it's in the bottom. The link is at the bottom of all of her videos.
Who's?
Victoria.
I
Her name list.
Her name list, yeah. And
Yeah.
she still messes up people's names. Like she'll call one person. I don't know how many times she called me Callie. I'm like, no.
going
I
back.
went and looked, and neither of us are on her list.
Good night.
What's up with that?
Later, Susanna.
Bye,
Toodles.
Susanna. Bye, Tina, if you're there. So did you know that,
Yes.
Cody?
What?
We're not even on her list.
Well, I don't really need to be.
Yeah, me neither. I just thought it was kind of interesting. Callie, would you get your nose out of my face?
Hell,
The food.
the hell?
I got a
She
cat
got you.
trying to stalk me.
She
Hi,
got
I'm
you, Kevin.
Susanna. I'm going to leave. I'm fashionably early. I'm going. I'm Susanna.
What in the fuck is a stafoo?
Susanna, you didn't tell us
shut
what the
the
next
fuck up.
auction is,
Okay, I
Susanna,
got it.
before you go.
Good night, Wendy. Sleep sweet.
Good night, Wendy. Love you, honey.
Stay off the sex swing. It's too late for that now. You should have done that earlier.
Bye, Wendy. It's been so long. Talk to you
Toodles,
again.
Wendy's.
Stop it with the toodles.
Good night, Maureen. Have a good
Maureen, where are
night.
you going?
Everybody's leaving. Kevin, what did you do?
I said, Susanna, you didn't tell us when is your next auction. Where? What channel?
Maybe she's not sure.
When's it going to be?
When's it gonna be, girl? Huh? Huh?
Oh, let me sleep on it.
There we go.
I knew she'd find me.
Just found.
That's right. The lady show up for Sagalicious.
Kimmy!
Take that and read it to him.
Hello, Kimmy.
Oh yeah, I
It was
see.
Kimmy Bo Bimmy. Fana Fo Fimmy.
Kimmy!
Kimmy.
Howdy, howdy.
Are you recovered from your last Texas journey?
This is a journey.
Dude, man, she posted the pic
You weren't today, though, Susanna, were you?
with the crawfish bowl. I'm like, oh,
She was on today. She sent me the link to the auction.
Mother.
And she's on next Wednesday
Ow.
on Cajuns.
Stop that.
Cajun Johnny.
That's
Now I have
effed
a
up.
cat trying to walk across my boob.
You know, I got over the whole it was hump day thing, the giggling thing over hump day when I was in like junior high.
Well, radio stations kind of killed it.
Yeah.
Tina's
And the
going
guy
to read
goes-
something real quick.
Okay.
I better be first on your hello. Hello.
Hey, the whole hump day thing actually was beneficial for me
Hello.
last week.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I have an auction next Wednesday on hump day. I'm Susanna.
Because I won a Bumblebee Jasper Cabochon from Sandy's channel by
Nice.
knowing the name of the Geico camel, the hump day camel.
I remember that.
Sweet.
What's his name? Stanley?
Caleb.
Caleb. That was going to be my son Craig's name. That got voted down.
Tim found a meme. It says, in the Bodhi tribe in Ethiopia, the most desired men are those with the largest bellies. The more belly you have, the more attractive you are. I show this to you so you can see that you're not fat, you're just in the wrong tribe. Okay then, husband.
Well, that
Hey,
means
Tim?
that
I'm not
they
in the wrong
probably
tribe.
Tim,
They
where can I
probably
get that
need
8
the women.
seconds back?
they probably need the women chasing them because the belly they can't see it,
One at
so
a
they don't
time.
know how big it is.
Phenomena.
Big belly boy.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Phenomena. Boop, boop.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Phenomena.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Phenomena. So, Tim, where can we get that 8 seconds back that you made her read that? We're all lost time here.
Sorry. Retract.
You would have to think that the chubby guy in Ethiopia would be the most popular because he's got all the damn food.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It ain't nothing to do about the belly.
That's
It's,
right.
got, it's about get in my belly.
It's funny that skinny women are supposed to be so much in fashion. Jeez. Those are illegal on the
Okay.
street. Go home.
Cody's got a drive-through happening.
Dirt bikes.
That are some very loud platforms going on.
It's the guy with the dirt bike.
I think Kimmy needs to change her name.
But it used to be that women that were a little heavier were more desirable because that meant they were a good cook and that they had plenty of food. And then all of a
I
sudden,
always thought it was more cushion for the pushing.
well, that too.
Okay,
Nobody
Tim's
else-
feeling better, I see. What kind of drugs do you got? Do you want to share?
Nobody wants to.
I wish I had some.
Nobody wants to bruise their pelvic bones on a bag of bones. Come on. At least that's what John Wall used to tell me.
Hi, I'm Susanna. I send secret messages.
Kimmy wants to know what she's supposed to change her name to.
To what? I don't know. I'm thinking.
Cody, check your phone.
Do what people do on Instagram.
Yeah, it's the same. The
Real,
thing that
the
you just
real
read.
Kimmy. How about verified? The real Kimmy. Oh, okay. Now here we go.
Yes.
Cody opened up that can of worms.
What? What'd I do?
Oh, read your comments. You got an italicized Cody from Hot Mess. And Kimmy saying she gets no complaints, just saying.
Just repeating what I heard.
Maybe so, Kimmy, but
It does.
yeah, that kind of defeats the purpose when they put my mug on my face. I think I got the leftovers out of the piles.
Well, I said it before that when I was younger, my parents and their friends and whatever used to say, if you just lost weight, you'd be so pretty. But you have a great personality.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
awesome.
yeah.
Aren't
So,
adults great?
yeah, they're awesome.
I dropped
And
120 pounds. I got toned and muscled and all that bullshit. Didn't help. I still had an ugly mug attached to it.
Well, what's funny is that I did lose weight. I went down 140 pounds when I was in high school, and yeah, I look good. I have a fine ass under all of this, let me tell you. But my point is that I decided to go for awesomeness instead of appearances, so I just decided to stay awesome.
There's nothing wrong with being awesome.
That's right.
I'm Susanna. I think I'm awesome. I'm Susanna.
Trust me, losing weight, I mean, it took pressure off of my joints, but beyond that, I didn't have much of an ass to begin with, and what little bit I did have just kind of deflated and turned into a pair of turkey waddles that slap me in the back of the legs every step I take. Yeah, that's appealing. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Tim, in my chat.
I'm talking to Mom.
Hi, Spawn.
The real Kimmy. Verified.
Hey,
That's
when you have to roll
great
your ass
YouTube.
cheeks up to get them in your underwear, and you have to roll your tits up to get them in a bra, there's something wrong.
Sometimes, we don't need the visuals, just saying.
Don't know what to tell you. It's just keeping it real.
Yeah, them baby birthing hips. That was always an attractive thing. Hey, you got baby birthing hips. And, yeah, go away. Amy.
Yeah, psychological baby bearing my ass.
I'm a different dude. I was mentally attracted to women rather than physically attracted. Mental stimulation to me was a lot more intense and
Yeah.
just intense and meant more.
Well, it lasts longer than physical appearances. Physical appearance, you can lose that. I mean, I lost a leg. I didn't lose my sense of humor. You know what I mean? So. There he is. Hi, Hudson. I love that dog.
Hudson, what do you want? We ain't got none. You got no shoes, you can't come in. Fix his ass. My name is Susanna. I'm just okay. I don't think this I'm Susanna thing is going to go away anytime soon.
Are you having fun with that?
Yes. So Kimmy, you
seem
got to
to be
change your
enjoying
name
it.
to the real Kimmy -verified.
There you go.
Come on up.
Wow,
I think
it suddenly got very
doesn't-
dark.
Yeah, it did. Doesn't Willow sound like a deeper version of Hot Mess's voice?
No.
Shut the fuck up.
I used to sing first fucking soprano, dude. Autoimmune and COPD is what dropped my voice.
What is CHF? Congestive heart failure. Never mind. Don't answer that question. I was just looking at my paperwork. I'm an idiot. What the hell is that?
What's what?
You poked your ceiling with a stick and the light came on? What the fuck is going on here?
No, she grabbed the pull chain on her light with the grabber.
I have a grabber.
Susanna, just admit it. You can't resist me. Was that a slingshot? I wonder why your neighbors
No.
hate you.
It's a grabber.
Oh, you could pinch an ass from like 4 feet away.
I've done it.
Give me a fella. Oh, Jesus. Shut the
I got
fuck
John
up.
with one of those multiple times.
And there's the non-denominational casual flipper.
No, I can't reach the pull chain on my ceiling light, so I have to use the grabber to
You
get
know
it.
what goes on when Ma and Tim go mute? They're having snacks. I know it.
Put it to you this way, Kevin. Behind casuals nuts is a heart. Behind others, it's an asshole. There's your hint.
Casual.
A pull chain above her bed actually works better casual because unless you can put a prosthetic on, getting to the light switch could be a challenge.
Yeah, I would have to get in the wheelchair and go.
Casual's a girl.
Ah, your brain's
Right.
working after today after all.
I hate having to do this right there. That's where my light switch is. So,
It's weird when we do that. It's like you're watching the weather on the news.
and I keep my ceiling fan on all the time, so I just need to turn the light on and off.
Hot mess. You don't scare me.
Yeah, Kevin, don't make Amy get the link.
Sounds like you're blowing snot, dude.
Ew.
No, I'm trying to overemphasize. PSSH. What kind of week is Amy having? I don't know if I do want her to come on. Oh, everyone's grinning. Something's up. I think I gotta go now.
Shut the fuck up.
Get the fuck out.
How you doing, girlfriend?
Hi, guys.
Kodi, shut the fuck up.
Hi.
Oh, no, she didn't say it to me. She
No,
said
Kevin, you shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
I don't tell Kodi to shut the fuck up. I go, shh, don't say that.
Yeah, she does. She's like, Cody, shh.
How come I get the whole sentence?
Because you're sagalicious.
That's right, as long as you know. Yep.
Yeah, sugar tits.
Ting.
I've known
No.
for like a year and a half. Hello.
Sugar tits. Don't talk to me like that. He's hiding.
That's because he's scared of me.
He only comes out to play with Callie. Sugar tits. Who thinks that
The only
kids should
visual I
change
get
their name?
with that is sugar cube. Remember the old sugar cubes from when we were kids?
Oh gosh, yes, I have a box
Those
in the
for
closet.
nipples? Yeah, no thank you.
They're probably 90 years old. I picked the wrong. I thought I was getting a 1 pound box of sugar. I was sadly mistaken. They were sugar cubes, the Dominoes. There's no use for those. You need 40 of them in a cup of coffee.
You just run them through the food processor and then you have powdered.
Work?
you know,
Are you
flour.
work? No, that's too much work.
That's effort.
No effort. Who thinks Kimmy should change her name to
I
The
think Kimmy
real-
should do whatever Kimmy wants to do.
shut the fuck up?
You're welcome, Susanna.
Kimmy is, put it to you this way, honey. Kimmy is not thinking about her name right now.
What's she thinking about?
Her significant other that she just came home from visiting in Texas.
Then why is she here?
She's recovering.
Home now, yeah.
I know why she's here.
Susanna,
Cody's
you cannot
recovering.
be scared. You cannot be scared of Kevin or Sagalicious or Sugar Tits. You can't be scared of any of them. Just be like, shut the fuck up.
She
It's
said,
easy.
she said
Hey, Mark.
tits.
Oh my God, I did.
She said tits.
Aw. I love you, Kimmy.
That's okay, but the Twigs and Berries man had to come down and get kicked off of YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, I know who did that. I
Wasn't
fixed
me.
their wagon.
get their wagon, Kevin. You get it.
My wagon's full of people who need to get kicked. Borderline whatever, she's here for one reason, because there's no other place to be.
She's hanging
Mama
out here while
Frank.
she's fixing dinner. You got your kids, Kimmy?
You go hard. You're in South Carolina? There's a place called Sugar Tit Raceway. If there
there
is, I have to
really?
drive by tomorrow.
Kevin's gonna go steal their sign.
Gaffney? Is
I have
that
to
how
go.
that's pronounced?
Gaffney.
No, it's Gaffney. He's got an extra S in there.
I know.
Gaffney.
And
Yeah, but
Kevin's going to go steal their sign.
Oh, don't you? I got a screw gun.
I know you do.
Sugar Tits Raceway.
Oh yeah, okay. Here they're giving the kids like a day off here and then a day off there. They're not actually doing a spring break week because they don't want to have the parents hauling them off and going to the beach or some stupid shit and then coming back with COVID. So they're breaking up their 5-day into like a day here, day there between now and when they're done or whatever.
Kevin, there really is a thing called Sugar Tit Speedway.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm serious. It's in Greer, South Carolina.
How far from how far am I from it?
Do I look like a map?
No, just say.
I gotta go look and see what their logo looks like.
Alexis, please tell me how far it is from Gaffney, South Carolina to St. Matthews, South Carolina.
Probably about that. It's Greer. It's Spartanburg County.
Oh, that's all the way up there.
Yeah, that's near me.
That's between Greenville and Spartanburg.
Yeah, it looks like it's go-kart racing.
Yeah, it's those little tiny.
Yeah,
like a bumper car, but to go around a racetrack and not just bounce off each other.
Shitballs! It's 2 hours away.
It's on 710 State Road.
So I got to go 40 miles up into Columbia and then shoot towards.
I don't have a website, but I'm looking. Oh, just red, white, and blue with a star, and then it says Sugar Tit Speedway, and Speedway is in yellow.
It's fucking brilliant how we got away with that.
Nothing exciting in their logo.
Welcome
the name
to
like
the
Sugar
South.
Tit, you'd think they'd have something outstanding, but it's actually kind of blue.
Oh, cool,
Let's
kitty.
put
Welcome to South
Sugar
Carolina.
Tit Speedway.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me.
Welcome to the South.
Yeah, that does kind of rank up there with Harvey Wallbanger's Laundry Mountain Pub.
Wow.
There was one of those in Nashville. We drove by and I saw that sign and about laughed my ass off. A visual.
YouTube videos.
Everybody's laundry in the laundry in the washing machines and dudes lined up on bar stools in the pub next door in their tidy whities waiting for their laundry to get done having a beer.
Come on, show me a sign. You got one picture of a kid laying in a car that's too small for him? Seriously? Right. Why don't you got other pictures for immature people like me?
Casual, that was probably my cat.
Oh, you look at what they did. They just took an old baseball field and made a circle.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I feel like such a loser. And then they got some green car on a flatbed. Okay.
Yeah. We have an actual dirt racetrack somewhere close to where I am. My neighbor asked me if I wanted to go, and I had somebody else ask me if I'd drive for them, and I'm like, not with my bad back.
Wait, this is real.
If you had gotten me 20 years ago, yeah, I'd been all over driving a race car, but not with my back.
Oh, I found the sign. Just put in Sugar Tit Speedway and click images. Sugar Tit Speedway.
Is it the star with Sugar Tit in front?
No, I'm looking at the one above it that's black and white. It says Sugar Tit with a car with 2 flags and Speedway underneath it.
Yeah, I see that.
Guess that's sign.
The logo I seen was on
welcome to Sugar Tit Speedway. Look at that, Sugar Tit Speedway. Larry would go nuts if he saw that sign.
Kevin, you know there are amethyst mines here in South Carolina too, right?
Say what?
Amethysts. You can go and dig for your own amethysts. There's one in Piedmont, not too far from me.
There's also stuff here that people don't know about. I'm not going to say out loud because everyone will move here. They have a distillery called Sugar Tit Distillery in Spartanburg. There's a whole town called Sugar Tit. They got Sugar Tit moonshine.
Kevin, you're living in the wrong place.
Oh, I am so immature and I love it right now. They got pineapple, moonshine, Sugar Tit Brewery. Get the F out of here. This could be the lynch. And they have a sign outside the place called "Straight Out of Sugar Tit."
Kevin, you need that sign.
I have been busy giggling so hard over here.
Tina, are you cackling?
No cackles, actual giggles.
There are tits everywhere.
Welcome to the South.
Hold on. It's
For me,
actually a town.
For me, what's hilarious is the fact that you're so excited about it. I'm like sitting here thinking, damn, dude.
I haven't had much of a life.
That's okay, Kevin. You be happy about what you want to be happy about.
I used to live in Sugar Tit
show. Tim.
Get a load of this. I used to live in Sugar Tit in Abner Creek Station. It's a wonderful place that I miss dearly. I was told that the name was derived from the women who used to pick cotton, and they would take their babies with them. In order to pacify them, they would take sugar and tie it up in a hanky for the babies to suck on. I tried to find a bumper sticker for Sugar Tit, but was only able to come up with a sticker for Tutortown, South Carolina. Holy shit, they got a Tutortown. I'm sticking with Sugar Tit.
You change one letter in that, and it could be Hootertown.
Yeah, Stacy, Lawrence County Speedway.
Like
very
a burp
popular.
Sugar Tit.
I have to go here. It's an actual little town. Where do you live? Oh, Sugar Tit, South Carolina. And don't be giggling, okay?
I live in Sugar Tits. It's not funny.
Oh, you think that's bad? My cousin lives in Tutortown. Oh, I can't believe there's a place called Sugar Tit.
Yeah,
they got Sugar Tit, butterscotch moonshine. Oh my god!
We have a moonshine place here in Anderson that has all kinds of weird flavors and stuff too.
Skeeter's Fishing Lake. Come here and fish in the lake. That's really kind of it's hell of an advertisement there, fella. Wow. Well, that was my joy for the day. Oh, Amy,
well,
I forgot to tell you something.
I'm glad we could help you out, Kevin.
Who gave me that idea? Who put it? Who put it? I'm gonna have a whole live on Sugar Tits. Imagine I put that in my life and put a half an hour lead on it. The show about everything Sugar Tit, and I got all the products from the town. Oh, this is gonna be YouTube gold for me and 20 people.
Yeah, and the other 50 would be all the pervs that were like, "Oh, tits."
You got Sugar Tit moonshine. Yeah. Who told us about this?
Eagle Heart says he lives in 96 South Carolina.
Eagle Heart Sales did.
Could you imagine if it was 69 South Carolina?
Jesus Christ.
Zip code 29666. Nice. That should have been where I was living.
I guess this time, Suzanne, you decided not to go to the diner and get crapped on like you did last time, huh? It's a Sugar Tit show. It's a good Sugar Tit lollipop.
Kevin.
Oh, there's a lot to be done with this.
And that's what I come back to, Kevin singing.
It's the Sugar Tit lollipop.
I didn't miss much, did I?
No.
That's good to know.
No, he's just fangirling over Sugar Tit, South Carolina.
Oh, I am maturing, adolescent fangirling. Just put it all on one list. I'll admit to it all.
He's having a good time, and that's all that counts.
I'm doing Beavis. Settle down, Beavis.
Does that mean you're butthead?
Oh, I'm going to write a country song. Yes, I am.
You were doing Beavis.
Yo, give me my guitar. We have to. What? You're doing what? Ugh. Christ Almighty! Think you asked him to cure cancer?
Linda. She says Kevin's writing a new country song as we go.
I'm going to call it Sugar Tit Moonshine Forever. Oh, I'm gonna have to do a whole thing on this. Gotta get a cowboy hat. Welcome to Sugar Tits South. Oh shit! All right, I can't take myself anymore. Oh, Amy, I forgot to tell you something.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Shut the fuck up.
No. You shut the fuck
You
up.
shut the fuck up.
You can't
Shut
do
up.
it as good as I can. Ha
Shut
ha.
up, Tim. I'm rubber and you're
Hey,
glue.
don't tell Tim to shut up. That's not okay.
Bounces off of Tim and
I draw
keeps
the
on you.
line. I draw the line.
No, he's winning the contest. He went and got pituitary gland problems. Now I got to come up with something better. Kind of play
No.
you rolled the hard 8. Now I got problems here.
Linda, you
yeah, but
created
you
a mental monster with that one.
But you have sugar
My mind-
tits, so you're okay.
My mind's going to that Lee Greenwood song. And I'm proud to be a sugar tit.
An
Where at least I know
American.
I'm free, and a visual of all these tits waving in the wind. Oh God.
Yes, ma'am.
That was the 70s, Willow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dang, I missed it.
dang.
I didn't. Mine are still free. Fuck bras.
I only wear one when I have to.
I
Well,
don't have-
maybe you didn't see mine.
Hey, mine's a
I do
binder
not
bra.
have to.
There's mine, Amy. What do you think? Nice? Cody, can you make me beg?
Oh, yes, I can.
Look at those sweater balloons.
You're holding that kind of low, buddy.
There's no boob shaming here, Willow.
No, I was talking about the boob tube.
Look at those boobies. They're a C cup.
Oh, Kevin.
What do you think? What do you think,
Apparently he's
Amy?
proud of his boobs.
Yeah.
They're luscious.
I think your boobs might be bigger than mine.
Well, I can't lie. I kind of bought them.
But see, I'm not okay with that.
Well, I snuck on the back of the line when all the Kardashians showed up to get asses put in. I went for the boobs.
Oh, I see. Well, then, but it's still not my thing.
Because I
Even
have
if
a
somebody else
beautiful
paid
butt.
for it.
I have a fantastic butt. Want to say?
No.
No!
No thanks to that one.
Oh, my God. Look at Sugar Tits' butt.
He's
Yeah.
like one of those rap guys' boyfriends.
Cody, I've taken your show into the sewer.
That's all
I
right.
don't think this could crash and burn any more than I did to it.
Oh, it's not crashed and burned. You're fine.
You don't know.
Make
one.
sure Wendy watches this and then have her compare to when we come on our show as to when Kevin comes on yours. And it'll be very interesting to find out what her response is to that.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, but all my comments and jokes are copywritten. See, you can't. There's rules.
There's
Except for
rules
the
to
fact that
somewhere.
she's on her show, and yeah, so now she has rights to this show.
Who's Wendy?
No, Kevin's fine. He can talk about whatever he wants.
Who's Wendy?
Wendy's the Brit that went to bed earlier.
Wendy's Kingdom.
Oh, what would upset her?
I might have gotten a little
Long
graphic
story.
on her
Is
live.
she diabetic? She doesn't like the sugar tits?
No, I might have gotten a little graphic on one of her lives. She actually had to put it to private because she was very
Oh,
embarrassed.
Jesus.
Yeah,
This is
me too.
mild.
Yeah, this
You
is very
haven't
mild
seen
compared to
me in
that.
action. Oh, please.
Yeah, but
And this
she-
is why Amy's kids are not allowed to watch my show.
This is just.
This is 100% the reason why my kids aren't allowed to watch your show.
Oh, it's not my fault.
And I can say whatever the fuck I want and they can't watch it.
Oh, my
That's
God.
right.
Shut the fuck up.
You shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. Mom and Tim, you guys shut the fuck up too. Everybody shut the fuck up except Willow because she
Hey,
won't listen to none of us.
Hey, You better stop being mean to my friends, or we're gonna have problems.
Willow,
Oh,
what?
can I have that short list of friends you got so I can memorize them?
Do you want me to break your face next?
Why not? I love a good ass kicking. Ooh. Is it Friday night already? Bring it on.
That happens on Thursdays. Remember, Thursdays, not Fridays.
I love a good goddamn beating. Let's use a weapon. Cigarette
Wait,
burns on my
how
arm.
tall are you again? I might need a step stool.
You'll need. I'm 6 foot. You shut the fuck up.
Then I would definitely need. No, stop saying that.
Tim did.
Well, Tim can't because he's one of my friends.
You know what would make it even funnier when you try to kick my ass? Why don't you jump up and down on a trampoline?
No, because then I'd probably break my own face.
You look like Mario trying to get a coin.
Dude, you forget that we might be short and we might be petite, but and you might be tall, but that just puts us closer to the jewels.
Yeah, I don't do that. I don't do that. I go for the face. I don't care how big you are.
Kick me where it hurts?
I don't even bother with the face, man.
All I have to
One
do is
hit, they're prostrate.
I don't even have to get up.
If they're conscious.
Bye, Kimmy. Enjoy your dinner. I hope the macaroni and cheese came out good, along with the chicken fingers.
Hey,
bye, Kimmy, love
quit
you.
being mean to Kimmy. Ooh, we're gonna have some problems, man.
I'm never mean to Kimmy.
You're always mean to Kimmy.
Love you, honey.
Kimmy, tell her I'm the president of her fan club, and you're not.
She can't convince me different. Like she can tell me all she wants, but I won't believe it.
I will.
Noodles, Tim Noodles.
I will say that I've only ever gone after anyone's nuts if they've done something severe to me.
Just a kill shot. Just go for it and be over it.
That's not my go-to. I will take out your torso, your face. I'll punch you in the top of your skull before I go there. I did have a kid. Well, he wasn't a kid, but he had a cup with like shaved ice in it. And I said something joking around, and he threw it in my face, and I got ice chips in my eyes.
As good as I once was, but
and I told him to run, and he didn't, and he got nailed in the nuts because I didn't have the capacity to be able to smack him correctly because I couldn't see. I had ice in my eyes. And the only other time was when a guy punched me in the face.
Oh, well, that's a good guy.
I've never started a fight.
So that's the only time I've gone there. I mean, the Sibirs that I used to hang around, there was like 3 girls that for some reason they thought it was funny as hell to nail guys in the nuts. And I'm like, that's not funny. You can really do some damage. That's not something to do to joke around. That's something to do for self-defense. I'm like, what is wrong with you? So, yeah, I didn't.
How do I do this? Oh.
It's not.
I'll be right back. Hudson locked himself in the bathroom. It's a long story.
Okay. His dog locked himself in the bathroom. That's not a good thing. But yeah, that's. I used to reprimand them when they did that. I'm like, that's not right. You don't do that just to joke around. I mean, they just come out of the blue. They'd be in the middle of a conversation and just wham. I'm like, no. You know? Anyone know who Robert Bookstapper is? I got an invoice for stamps. Oh, that's
T. Auctions for you. Yeah.
Auctions for you. So did you get that, Christy? It's auctions for you, T. She doesn't. Did you buy any stamps from her at any point in time? Because she doesn't always invoice right away. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea, Tiger. I saw them in Jennifer Layton's one of Jennifer Layton's auctions in the chat, and I said hi to Jamie and asked if she was fully recovered, and she said hi and yes, and that's all I know. I've said hi to Lenny a couple of times in chats, and he hasn't said hi back, so I really haven't had any conversations with either of them. But they're alive. So
yeah, Lenny called me about a week and a half ago. They're okay. Just muddling their way through COVID like everybody else. Yeah, Robert is T's husband.
I don't know. Just wait until you get a response back, Christy. Because if you didn't buy anything from her, that's kind of weird. She could have sent it to the wrong person, yeah.
She could have sent it to the wrong person, or we have had impersonations happening again here and there.
Yeah.
In the reseller community, so.
I know, Kitty. That's why, well, Tina started doing lives, and it was supposed to be me and Tina, like, alternating, and I waited until my birthday and finally got the sack to go live on my channel, and now Tina's bailed on me. Tina, who I know can still hear me. I give her a hard time about it, but it's fine. But yeah, that's why I started doing lives, is because I miss talking to everybody that used to go into the late night chats and stuff. It could have been caffeinated, Christy. That's the only other Christy that I personally have seen, but I'm sure there are others. No. Yep, Tim does lives every now and then. He does. I just like to give Tina a hard time about it.
As of late, Tim's lives have mostly been popping on and updating people on his medical.
Hola, Angel.
Hey, Angel. Where'd Kevin go?
He said that Hudson locked himself in the bathroom and he would be back in a few minutes.
Oh. That's kind of hilarious.
You can always check the video on that day. I don't know, Christy. Just
it
kind
can
of don't pay
sometimes take
it.
a couple of days to get a reply back from T.
Yeah, just wait a little bit. Don't pay it if you're pretty sure that you haven't bought anything from T. Then don't pay it until she contacts you and you guys can figure out what's going on. Yeah, because it's hard when you get invoices dated a certain day, but it might be for an item that was presented at a different day. You know what I mean? You're like, they have so many options that it's hard to keep track of who did what, when, and where, and what day. And
ow! Oh god damn, Sable! She's kneading my side, and she hit a rib just right.
I hate when that happens. Mine weren't racing around. They just all of a sudden went back to their respective spots, and now they're all asleep again.
Well, Callie went and laid down. Now Sable's up here. Wanting snuggles. Here.
We must have had a cat on our porch last night or sometime early this morning, because all of a sudden I heard Marty squeaking, because she has this really squeaky little meow. She's like, meow, meow, and I'm like looking around, because usually she doesn't meow a lot. So I'm looking, and it's like distant. And all of a sudden she comes out behind that, and the window is back there. So I'm like, so we had to have had a cat or something on our porch, which wouldn't surprise me. There are like 6 or 7 cats running around here that are all pregnant. So we'll have.
Well, ours are. I live in a careful baby. I live in a trailer park, and had the window just cracked. There's just a little notch thing on it that's like 1.5 inches. Just a little crack. And I was watching a video on here, and I had Sis talking in my other ear, and all that, and all of a sudden, all that shit going on, and I thought, what the fuck? And then it dawned on me, oh, cats under the front deck trying to procreate. So I grabbed my water bottle and went out and grounded their little asses. They scattered.
Well, we have
this morning that she thinks that there is a squirrel living in the this double wide. There's a cap on each end.
Hi, Amy.
One of those popped off, and I can't get up there to fix it. Sis can't get up there to fix it, so we haven't been able to nail that fucker back up there. And last year we had birds, and apparently this year we have squirrels. Yay.
Well, we will be with kittens all over the place when all these cats have their babies. So
Yeah. That's
I mean,
what
it's fun to
happens
watch.
here.
It's fun to watch them play outside, but I'm just like, 3/4 of these kittens are not going to live to adulthood because they're going to get killed by another animal or hit by a car, whatever.
That's
So
what happens here. The
makes
hawks
me
haul them
sad.
off around here.
Yeah, and well, we lose a few to owls and stuff like that. So
Yeah, birds of prey, and then this big street out here. Unfortunately, a lot of them fall victim to big rigs and cars. And
it makes me sad, and I just want animal control to come and get them all, and kill these cats and get them fixed. I mean, it's
according to our
crazy.
local animal control, they don't even have an animal control officer here right now. They can't seem to get anybody hired because of COVID.
I haven't seen ours in a while.
Well, here, like every other place, when COVID first broke out, there was this fear that the animals could transfer COVID, blah, blah, blah. Everybody started dumping their pets at the pound. And so they're overloaded, but they don't have an officer. And they can't bring volunteers in because of COVID, So I'm like, okay, now what in the fuck are you doing, people?
But I do think that people that take that job as an animal control officer, they should know a little bit about animals.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, when we had the pit bulls next door, Diddy and Rosie at the time, because my idiot neighbor was going to be a backyard breeder. That didn't work out. But Diddy was the dog that I used to go over and rescue him all the time. Well, Diddy got loose and Rosie got out of the kennel. So, and they were pretty good sized pits, gorgeous, beautiful personalities. But, people see a couple of pits running around and they freak out. And I saw a police car drive by and I'm like, oh no. So I was like, I went out there and they had their hands on their guns and I was like, whoa, 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 they're fine. They're, they just need to be hooked back up and put back away. And so I literally got between a gun and my neighbor's pit bulls because the cops were kind of like, they'd rather pull the trigger first and find out the dog's friendly. And so I got Diddy hooked back up because his chain had broke. It was one of those cheap, stupid kink up, catch on everything chains.
Yeah.
And I got Rosie back in the kennel, but she had broke the kennel. It was just one of those ones like you get at Home Depot, the panels.
Yeah, the kennel kits.
My other neighbor, Donnie, the one that helps me out, he came over with a bunch of wood and we're sitting there with zip ties and all this trying to jerry rig this thing back together so she couldn't get out again. And the cops said if they found the dogs wandering around again, they were going to have to call animal control, which probably would have been the better thing for the dogs. But
yeah,
because my neighbor didn't take care. I was constantly having to go over there and give his dog water because Diddy didn't have any shelter. He, the water, he'd get stuck on a tree stump and not be able to reach his water. Or, the other dogs, he'd get fed and the other dogs in the neighborhood that lived out back would get through their fence and come over and eat his food. So I used to take some of our dog's food and go out there and feed him, and I'd stand there and wait until he ate, so that the other dogs couldn't get it. It was crazy. I tried to buy him from my neighbor with the first stimulus or money that, no, it wasn't stimulus. It was money that someone repaid a loan that I had, and that was when we were moving. And I told him I'd give him $200 for that dog. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
He was never.
I agree.
He was never going to breed him because he wouldn't get the dog the shots. Because I asked him, I was out there and he's like, yeah, I'm going to breed him and sell puppies. And I'm like, so they both had their breeding shots. And he's like, what are you talking about? So needless to say, the puppies, Rosie's puppies ended up dying. And then he brought another female in. Rosie disappeared. I don't know where she went. And he brought another female in and bred them. And she had puppies in winter. And I told him he needed to bring the puppies inside. He's like, oh, no, they'll be fine. I got rid of an igloo doghouse. But he didn't put anything in it to keep them warm. I'm like, so those puppies died. Oh.
Angel, I had 10 cats at one time.
I had 11 one time. I will agree it was way too many cats.
Oh, I agree. But well, sis had some, I had some, and then when mom died, we inherited hers. So that's how we ended up
Kitty,
attending.
I agree. I agree that there are some people that should not have animals. Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that.
I only have 4 kitties now, and 2 of those are elderly. So,
and it's a lot of people say that poor people shouldn't have pets, but the thing is that when you don't have that much money and your comfort comes from your companion animal, as long as you're able to take care of that animal, basic necessities. Yeah, sometimes you end up with, a vet bill that you're not expecting. You might need help with that. But like, I don't have a lot of money, but I make sure that my dog has food and she has treats and, she gets a lot of love. I do the best I can. I wish I could put her outside because anyway, we won't go into that. But I wish I could keep her on her schedule that she's supposed to be on.
well, I don't have a lot of money either, and if I get a vet bill, thank God my vet. This is the same vet that we've had since I was little, even pre-grade school little, and they know I'm good for it, so they let me make payments. All I have to do is let them know that that's what I'm going to need to do on a bill, and they're good with it.
My vet doesn't. None of the vets around here do payments.
Most don't.
You can try and apply for the credit thing that will allow you to make payments, but I didn't qualify for it when my cat broke 2 of his toes because social services made us kick all our animals out. My cat came home with 2 broken toes, which were nasty because his toes were going in the wrong direction. I'm like, yeah, he needs a vet. I cannot fix that.
Yeah.
And my mortgage payment ended up going to the vet for my cat. But
never had to do that. I just, I pay on it as much as I possibly can every month and pay it off as fast as I can. I think the longest I've ever had to go on a vet bill was like 6 months.
Thank you, Angel. Have a good night.
Night, Angel. Thanks for popping in.
I've gotten really lucky with Simi. I've had Simi for 8 years, and she's, knock on wood, I don't have any wood. Never had a medical problem with her. So hopefully that will continue. I don't want to jinx myself. The cats we've had the cats for 2 years now, and they're fine. So, okay, kitty. I've had a lot of people be like, if you can't afford to pay your vet bills, well, nobody ever knows what is going to happen. I can't afford to pay medical bills either, but if I get sick, I'm going to a doctor. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've always taken really good care of my animals. They all get their shots. They all get fixed. And,
all mine are fixed.
And annual wellness checks and what have you.
Although you wouldn't know it from Onyx's loud mouth, but she is fixed. She's just very opinionated. Don't know where she gets that from.
Talkers.
Well, she's an Egyptian Mao. Part Egyptian Mao. She's not full Egyptian Mao, but she's part Egyptian Mao, and they're like our Siamese. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because all Mao means MAU, Egyptian Mao. All Mao means is cat.
Yeah.
So it's Egyptian cat. But yeah. But she's really vocal, and Marty is not vocal at all. Marty squeaks. So
I've got a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 19-and-a-half-year-old, and a 20-plus-year-old. The reason I say 20-plus is because she was an adult rescue, and we've had her that long.
Yeah. Well, we got Marty and Onyx at the same time, and they were both, one was 4 months old, one's 5 months old. I'd have to look at the paperwork because I don't remember which was which. But we got them 2 years ago. So John actually gave me Onyx. We brought them home from the shelter. Well, Issa went and got them and brought them home from the shelter on my birthday 2 years ago.
My 2 younger ones I rescued them just in the park here. They showed up on my porch talking to my door and just kept coming back. And,
Well, when we first moved to this house, there was 2 big old black cats that were like planted on our porch because the people that lived here before just left and they left the cats behind.
Yeah.
And All I can remember is one of them was 8 Ball. That's what his name was. The neighbor across the street told me his name was 8 Ball. I'm hoping that was named after the pool. You know what I mean? And not Coke. But
Yeah.
regardless, if we didn't already have cats, because Issa had her cat and I had my cat. If we hadn't had cats already in the house, we probably would have brought him in. But my cat was not fixed, and neither was he, and neither was his brother. So no.
Yikes.
His brother ended up moving to a different territory. We saw him a few blocks down one day. He moved to a different area, but 8 Ball stayed around here, and all of the cats that live in this neighborhood now are all related to him. He died a year and a half ago. He died on our porch. But he was a bruiser, man. That cat was thug. He would just walk down the middle of the street. Cars would come. He didn't even care. He'd just keep walking. Cars would actually stop for the cat. He took on pit bulls. He didn't care. I was like, okay, that cat is thug. And he even walked that rolling gait. I'm like, damn, that cat is owning his neighborhood. But he got in a lot of fights.
I call that a prowler's walk.
Yeah, he got in a lot of fights. He had a lot of wounds and things and he didn't. I mean, I don't think his owners gave him a lot of affection in the first place, so he didn't let anybody touch him. Because I was like, give me the cat, and I'll try and clean up his wound a little bit or something, because you could smell the infection,
Yeah.
And he survived all of those wounds, infection or no, even with the ones he couldn't reach, like on his shoulders and stuff. He survived them all. But not last winter, but the winter before, he ended up. We had a drawer out there from a dresser that had broken or something, and we found out that he kept sleeping in that. So we took like a couple of old baby blankets and things like that and put that in there, and he ended up curling up there and died.
No.
So I have no idea how old he was, but
Yeah, we've got a bruiser one here in the park too.
welcome back, Kevin.
Pretty sure that he is Aspen's dad.
Yeah. Did you get Hudson out of the bathroom, Kevin?
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah, then I let him out. All the bugs are out tonight. Jeez, Lord. I put on the outside light, and all the little South Carolina gnats come flying out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Swarm.
We had a tree frog that used to plant itself on our back porch, right above our outside light. And I'd turn it on, and all the little flies would come at him. He'd just sit right up there above the light and just have his buffet. He didn't even have to work for it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a smart damn tree frog.
Yepper. He knows where to find dinner.
Yep.
Hmm.
I took pictures of them on 3 consecutive nights because, of course, they have little brown spots on them. They're, and
Yeah.
they're all unique, like a fingerprint. So I wanted to see if it was the same frog that kept coming back to the same spot, and it was.
Okay, you have a lot of time. You're on frog detail.
We also had big ass spiders. We had the rider spiders and things that would make these huge, like 6-foot webs across our back porch, our back deck, because we had a tree that kind of overhung it. And we'd go out there and there'd be like this just spider web. And I'm like, damn, that's an industrious spider. Yeah, they can build some big webs.
Where'd Amy go? She had somebody else to go pick on?
I think so. I don't know. She just kind of fell out.
Was she Spider-Man?
Her phone probably acted up again. And her phone's been being very rude lately.
The phone always gives her a problem with those earbuds.
Yeah.
Saigon Tiger. Isn't that the gentleman who just had a baby not too long ago?
No, that's Dapper Tiger.
Oh, now there's a bunch of tigers. Oh, my. Well, I think Zygon, you had a baby, but you don't know it. That's just how it's been done.
No.
Remember that, Chip? You can't remember.
Dapper Tigers, I actually saw him not too long ago in a chat a few nights ago. And I asked him how the baby was doing, everything. Everybody's doing good. They're just really tired. Yeah.
What's casual? Christy, yes. What link does she need?
Oh, because T sent her an invoice for stamps that she didn't buy, and she tried emailing T, and she hasn't gotten a response. So she was saying she emailed her and asked her for the link for the auction that she supposedly bought it, because we're thinking maybe she got it mixed up with a different Christy.
Which T?
Auctions for You.
The original. Wow. Wow. Wow.
That's
Meow.
Onyx.
Meow.
That would be Onyx.
Onyx. Jeez.
Well, Onyx, what are you doing?
Yeah, she's looking at me like, why do people keep saying my name?
It's not time for the nightly serenade. Chill.
Quit.
Well,
Oh, man.
Onyx. Yeah, kitty.
There
well, I'm
she is.
sure they'll have an auction. They usually have one every single day. Christy,
Yeah,
that
that's
you can
why-
probably catch her online. It's an
Yeah.
oddity that they don't have one.
That is true.
You know what that ends up doing then? And she sends her an invoice. Then it looks like that person's a deadbeat, but they didn't buy nothing.
Right.
I
Well,
went
I
through
told her.
that
I
when I
told.
was
I said,
impersonated.
I said if you didn't buy anything, then don't. I mean, obviously, don't pay the invoice and just wait for her to get back to you. Or, yeah, like you said, she could catch her online.
But Teresa's on a lot, so I mean, catching her is not like it's really super difficult.
Right.
Yeah, they really can't hide from many people. They're there somewhere.
What, sweet girl?
Spiders can cause- Especially if you give those spiders like cocaine and stuff, they go crazy, building them
Cat, get off my pizza.
those crazy webs.
The cat is sitting on my pizza box. Get off my pizza. Get off my food. I don't want your butt on my food. Go. Ugh.
Over the rainbow.
I said off. You obnoxious twat.
Barking now. That's a cat? Oh, that's a dog.
No,
No,
that's
Yeah.
that's a kitty.
That's a cat?
This is Aspen.
That's
the
a-
whole
my
city
baby
of
girl.
Aspen.
that is a cat.
It's a rather large cat.
She's a big girl, yeah.
Welcome back, kitty.
Considering her daddy was, built like a brick shit house.
You know those brick shit houses getting bad reps again. I don't understand it.
Quit snogging my water.
Tim, are there Chips Ahoy in the cabinet at the house?
No Chips Ahoy.
I thought
They
you
can't
like
leave.
those.
They can't leave the munchies in the cabinet. They have to keep those in their room. They have a teenager in the house.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. What?
Double stuffed Oreos.
Oh, the Oreos of the king.
Oh, those are nauseating.
Oh, you're crazy, Willow.
All right, Will, you got to go. No.
You're a doozy bots, lady.
Well,
Give it
I
back.
don't eat a lot of that stuff anyways, diabetic.
Diabetic too, but I keep them and I eat 2 or 3 and then I put them away.
And
Yeah.
5 minutes later, she's
2 or 3.
I'm kidding.
2 or 3.
Yep, that's all I can have. I'm
If
diabetic.
you open the package, just a sleeve goes down. It's like Fig Newtons. If you open the sleeve, you got to finish it. But I know the
Fig
diabetic
Newtons,
is
that's
bad.
totally different. If I open the sleeve, that's their history.
Hi, Virginia.
Hey, Virginia. Guess I need to put my chat back up.
I just bit my tongue again. Cody, what's happening to me tonight?
Are you hungry, Kevin?
I'm like wolf.
Because you're trying to eat your own face. You should stop doing that.
I must have flaca. Is that what they call that, flaca?
Yeah,
Bad salt?
when you try to eat someone's face. Yeah.
Everyone just got off live with KK. She's having some kind of KK's. Since when is she having surgery? For what?
Couldn't tell you.
I have nothing to say on the subject.
You would have definitely asked the chat.
Yeah.
Hey, Willow, can I ask you a question incognito?
Hi, shut up.
Well, you're on
Sorry.
a live, so it's not that incognito, but ask away.
Yeah, Will, because you'll be the only one I know what I'm talking about. But I
Sorry.
still understand it, but I'm not going to mention people. I just wanted to know if somebody made good on something you received broken. A while back.
Well, I've only ever received one thing that was broken, and yes.
She did? Good.
Yes.
I'm glad. It's the thing that I sent you, correct? You drink out of it? It was a mug?
Oh, no.
That's two things you got broken. So
I
that
forgot
wasn't
about that
rectified.
one. No,
Hmm.
I haven't been going to auctions hardly. I haven't been going to too many auctions, just flat out.
Oh, me neither. I just wanted to put that on my list of things.
But she was looking for one, but I don't know that she ever found one. I told her just to put a credit or something because it didn't, it's not that big a deal. But
I was under the impression it got taken care of, so that's why I'll handle it from here for moving forward.
Oof.
I'm not worried about it. You do your thing.
As
I'm gonna-
Buford Chief Justice
I'm gonna-
would say, oof.
I'm gonna do the sugar boobs dance when I do it too, just so you know. I'm gonna be sassy.
Nice.
Hey, you, where's that owl mug?
Pass away.
mm.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Now we know
If
you got two things broken.
you had any idea how much medical drama that I've been going through, you'd know why my mind is in the bucket.
Oh, I don't criticize you for not remembering. I don't remember quite a lot. It just popped in my head. I've been asking you for 2 months.
Right now, like 35% of my vision is gone in this eye, and chronic headaches, and they haven't determined yet the cause. There's something in there, looks like a blood clot in a vessel, but they haven't figured out yet if it is a blood clot in a vessel, like I had a stroke in the eye, or if it's some type of autoimmune thing that like wraps around a vessel and then gets inflamed and causes the vessel to constrict. The vision loss is caused by lack of blood flow. So they're still trying to figure it out. I got a bunch of tests getting scheduled, or that's been scheduled. I got to do this week or this next week. Yeah.
There seems to be a lot of not figuring it out stuff out there.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know if it was like a stroke in the eye or if it was macular degeneration or what. And glaucoma and macular degeneration has been ruled out. Those are not the causes. So now it's figuring out what is going on in my eye that's causing the blindness. That's why I can't stitch. Because the eye that I'm having problems with is the one that I see three-dimensional. My other eye, I was born, it stays dilated open. I was born that way. And I only see two-dimensional out of that eye, which is why I suck as a an artist that draws or paints or anything like that, because it's hard to put 2D and 3D together in your head to create something you're looking at that's three-dimensional and make it flat on a piece of paper. My brain can't process
So your
that,
spatial vision is compromised.
Yeah.
I got it. And if you try to look with that eye now, you'll be poking holes in your hand.
Yeah.
Trying to stitch it on that. Jeez,
I do okay on acknowledging distance and stuff. Like if I'm driving or something, I'm fine. But up close, yeah, I'm constantly stabbing myself in the hand if I'm trying to beat or something. It's weird because it's affecting close up but not distance. And my vision, I see fine up close, but distance, that's where I have problems because I'm nearsighted. But then with age, my nearsightedness has been getting worse, which everybody does. You hit 40, 50, and yeah, your close-up vision is going to start going in the bucket, whether you got good eyes or not. That's why they have reader glasses that everybody wears. It's because that happens. But yeah, they're just trying to figure out what it is. They don't know if it was a stroke or what. And I'm on the hurry up and wait list getting tests. And
like the Marines, hurry up and wait.
Well, funny thing is the tests that they're having me do, I have done every year anyways. There's records of years of those tests, but they want them done again anyways. I guess to see if there's been a change significantly with this episode.
Yeah,
because I just woke up one morning and suddenly I couldn't see out of, over a fourth of my vision. I just had a blind spot. Looked like I was looking through a ball of Jell-O. Light transfers, which refracts, which is why, I have to have a light on behind me. I can't have one on in front of me. Looking at stuff, if the sun hits it just right, it refracts and it goes all psychedelic. You know, so if I'm driving, I usually drive with that eye closed. I just hold it closed and drive, and I'm fine. This is the weirdest thing. And then my lungs, my COPD is getting worse, and joint pain, and the polar vortex about killed me. That cold, oh my God, that cold. But yeah, just dealing with a whole lot of medical.
That's a lot.
If you knew the list of conditions that I have that have been formally diagnosed, yeah, and then the ones that with the big question mark. Trust me, it's interesting. I mean, I'm since I last spoke to you, I've been classified in home long-term care, and
But yet you don't have it.
I should have home health coming, and I should have a housekeeper to help me keep the house up and stuff. But with COVID, not letting them in. So I'm muddling my way through. Sis helps with what she can. She works all the time though. But you know, she's been having to take off work to go. I went and seen my eye specialist when this happened, but it's in the back half of the eye, and there are specialists specific for the back half and then for the front half. So I had to go see one for the back half of the eye.
You see him peeking?
That's not your regular eye doctor. What?
Look at her.
I know.
Look at her looking at me like I owe her
Tim.
money. Look at it.
What the hell? What's going on?
That's my
Sammy's
dog.
Her puppy dog.
Oh, I heard
Puppy
another
dog
voice.
over her
I
right
forgot.
shoulder.
My puppy. She's
Yeah, your
being
puppy
silly.
dog.
It's like,
She's
come
being
on,
silly.
man. Get me out of this room.
Yeah, right.
Let me go crap in the living room.
She doesn't poop in the house. She's a good girl.
No, I'm telling her she's allowed to.
She is not.
You come here, she go poop in the living room.
No. It's my son's bedroom. No.
Go poop right on his comforter.
His dog pees on his bed all the time and he
Jesus.
flips out.
Oh, did you find it, Christy? If you found it, make note of the video and the timestamp so that you can send Teresa to look.
My dog is licking the back of my arm. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey. Silly dog.
This kitty here this is Miss Callie. She's my 20-plus-year-old.
Only 2 ducks left. Little quackers.
Only 2 little quackers.
Well, at least, the ducks are fine in the rain.
Little duck.
Just so long as they don't float away, right?
They can swim.
Really?
I don't know where Sable went to. She's probably in on my bed. Aspen's probably looking out my bedroom window, and Winnie Sue is probably up on Sissy's bed. Winnie Sue is my sickly one.
Jeez, cats are awake.
No,
They
you're going
must
to
be
have a Cat 500 before long.
Yeah. And they're both
Yeah, it's
looking out
possible casual.
They're both looking out the window, so I don't know. Probably a dog wandering around out there or a cat. You never know. It's wild kingdom around here. Cats and dogs and who knows what.
Oh, no.
What did you do with your other hand, Christy?
She hurt her shoulder. She pulled
God.
something in her shoulder.
Been there, done that several times.
I don't know.
All the main
Wow.
tendons and ligaments. I've still got some little peripheral ones, but all the main ones, like the big strapping one that goes over the top of your shoulder to hold your shoulder in joint, they're snapped on both of my shoulders. So I can reach up and scratch my head. I can reach back and scratch my ass, and it just pops out of joint. So I have to put it back in. If I actually have stuff to do, I have to tape it up so that it doesn't pop out. But I have to deal with that on both shoulders. Both of them are shredded.
I don't know. That's weird, Christy. But like I said, I mean, was it just was the date that was put on it the date that they say you bought it? Like the date of the auction? Like purchased on blah 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 day.
When I've gotten invoices from Teresa,
Stop
that was the
licking my
case.
elbow.
She'll give you a total for that day, and that was for that auction. But sometimes, you know, they do 2-3 auctions a day too, so it can be a lot of hours of footage
Okay.
to try to go through to find
Yeah.
one little lot of
Go.
stamps.
Go. Bed. Go.
She's like, I am on the bed, Mom.
She knows what I'm saying.
Trust me, that girl is well trained.
I know. I know
Now she's
probably
in-
better than anybody.
Yeah.
Now she's in her spot. Now she's in her spot.
Man,
There's go to bed and then there's bed. When it's bed, it's in her spot.
Yep.
When it's go to bed, it just means get your ass on the bed now. When it's like go lay down, she can go wherever she wants just as long as she lays down.
I know, but she was looking
Excuse
at
me, Marty.
Mom. But Mom.
Yeah. And now Marty is harassing her, so I can't even make her stay in her spot because she has to get up to avoid the damn dog or the damn cat. I don't know, Chrissy. All I can say is catch her during one of her auctions, like in the beginning of the auction, if you can, and talk to her before it starts. You know? Because they usually chit-chat a little bit before they get right into it.
Yeah.
Marty, leave the dog alone. She's such an instigator. Oh, you've never bought anything from them? Yeah, there's definitely a screw up there somewhere.
I have only ever bought from T once.
I think I've bought from T. Well, I think I've bought from T and Donna both. I think twice. May have
I want
bought a
a
third
giveaway.
time from T.
I won a giveaway when they used to do the giveaways, and they pull your name. I won the giveaway from Donna. Hello, excuse you. Apparently today is Affection Day for Marty.
Yeah, she's usually not like that.
Every once in a while she'll come over and she just does a, hi, you belong to me. I'm going to mark you. And then she wanders off. I'm like, okay, then.
She was all up in your bubble one day, though.
Yeah, she was. It was really weird. I think she does it just to make me wonder what the fuck is going on. That's right. I have to lay back sometimes to stretch my back out because sitting here with no back support is not good for me. And I leaned back last night, and the next thing I know, I have Marty on my chest looking at me. And I'm like, what are you doing down on me? I'm like, she doesn't do it when I'm sleeping, only when I go to stretch my back.
Right.
And then, of course, Cindy got jealous, and then I got drowned because I was laying on my back stuck with the cat on me. I'm like, this is not working. I'm like, get away from me.
Christy, what probably happened is, being that you frequent the channel, they have your information already just to participate in raffles and stuff they used to have.
Yeah.
And for people to bid. She probably clicked on the person you're above or below the person that she wanted to click on her email.
Right.
Because your email is your PayPal.
Yeah. So, and I mean, getting in touch with her to let her know that happened is good too, because obviously somebody didn't get their invoice. You know what I mean? So, I would just talk to her when you see her online.
It's going to be 88 degrees in Calhoun County tomorrow. Son of a beeswax.
We don't warm up again here until Friday.
Oh, no, we go right from, what do we go from? We go from winter to summer.
Yeah, there's no spring.
Well, we got the spring, 50s and 60s, a lot of rain. Then the rain transitions into storms, and that's when tornado season begins. Right now we're
Yeah.
pre-tornado season, but we've already had some pretty ripping storms.
Interesting. We're supposed to have 80s tomorrow as a high and thunderstorms.
Uh-oh.
There is another Christy that's in their auction spelled just like your name is. And
Yeah.
I think it's Christy B.
I don't know if Caffeinated Christie goes in there too.
Yeah, I can't remember who all goes in there. They have so many people
Yes,
all the time. They run
caffeinated Christy
together.
goes in there.
Does
Yeah.
she?
I mean, it's been a while. I don't really go to too many auctions because I don't have any money, and like I don't want to disrupt everything and throw it off so that they might lose business. I don't want to interrupt their business, you know. So we know I'm disruptive in chat, so I try and not do that. And just sitting
I
there
buy a
watching
little
them,
bit here
I
and
said,
there, but
you know, I'll go into like Moonstone Mamas because she has natural stones and jewelry and silver and stuff, and that's things that I'm interested in. And like Jennifer Layton and you know people like that. Lydia, I like Lydia's too. I've gotten some stuff from Lydia. It's very nice.
have you no, that ain't it. I'm trying to remember what her name, jewelry, etc.
Yep,
I just started watching her.
that's jewelry. Laura is who I got my my geo from.
Amethyst from. That's right.
Yep. God, I love that amethyst.
I can't
It's
do jewelry no more.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. What?
I can't go to jewelry no more. I'm overloaded.
I would imagine you used to buy a lot.
Overloaded.
Bet it was fun
Sell
moving
it.
all of that.
I go to the only one I go out of my way to go to is Krista Goose and JJ.
Yeah, Flippin' Flamingos just went live. They've got Treasure Hustlers on tonight.
My crazy girls. I love
Crazy
them.
girls.
What, honey? I'm gonna feed you. Here we go. Let's go get your supper. Ooh, check out that hairdo. Whoa.
Actually, I think
That's
there's a Chrissy
It's brushed today. Looking a little like
check
a
my
mad
phone.
scientist. Mad scientist on a really ugly mug.
Kevin,
Hey,
what?
stop talking about me.
No, I was talking about me.
I think there's a Chrissy S. I'm almost positive.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at my subs right now. It's a Bobo.
I'm getting there.
Oh, Christ, how many tabs do I have?
Yeah.
So what do I get? A cattail in the eyeball.
That's a hard pass. I'm good with that. No thanks.
What's that?
Cat eyeball.
Yeah, and it's painful when it's the eye that's problematic. What do y'all want to eat tonight? Hi, Aspen. What do you want for supper?
No, I'm not sure. There is. I don't have that. Now I'm really confused. Why do you got to confuse us, Christy?
Christy, that's auction for you. Tease
Who are
link
you?
right there.
You confuse a person.
I put T's link in the chat for you.
All right. I got it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Well, she's not sure.
I got picture of this, 2 out of 3, so that's what you're eating. Oops.
Once,
I
times,
won.
3 times
Okay, Christy. Marty has assumed her normal position for evening time.
Sounds like there's a murder going on in that house. Help!
I know.
That is my alpha.
Help me! Give me some food or help me. Pick one.
That's the alpha. She bitches until you stick it under her nose.
Had
The
a date
rest
like
of
that
them
one.
just
Give me a
go along with the
cheeseburger,
ride.
or I'm gonna call the police.
I want my chicken nuggets. Don't make me go Super Saiyan on you.
You think this one's bad, Kevin? You should have heard Millie, my black cat. We were still living in my childhood home up the road, and we were out in the yard picking up leaves. And it was a nice day, so we had the back porch window open. And Millicent was sitting in the window hollering for us, or hollering for me. The neighbor comes over and says, I wish that somebody would shut that kid up. And I was like, what kid? Well, there's some kid in the neighborhood that keeps screaming mama. And I pointed over my shoulder and I said, that's my cat. And then she said it right there. She went, mama, mama. My cat talked. Freaked their
Good, because you that
Barbara
guy's
out.
freaking
I
out.
mean, she about shit her britches. She's like, hey, that cannot be a cat. I'm like, you heard it. She's right there.
The
She
freakiest
was.
thing
She
in
was
South
ready to
Carolina.
call.
The
She was ready
freakiest
to
thing in
call.
South Carolina is bobcats. If you hear bobcats in the woods, they sound like babies crying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that freaked me out when I first moved here. I was like, who the hell left a baby in the woods? And John is the one who actually told me that was a bobcat. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
What,
I love
you
me
ain't-
some bobcats.
you've not heard the Panthers holler yet? They
No,
sound
we
like
don't have
women.
those.
They sound like women hollering.
We
Screaming.
don't, we don't have, in my area, we don't have those. Not that I've
They sound
encountered
like
anyway.
what, hollering?
Sound like a woman yelling.
Oh, where I come from, the cougars sound like a woman yelling. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Usually say,
this
let me
area,
out, leave me alone, blah, blah, blah. And I gotta let them go.
This
means
area,
I-
we have bobcats and we have coyotes. And, yeah, but
Okay, everybody's got a bowl under their nose except Winnie. She won't come out for another couple hours, probably.
and if a bear wanders into town, man, everything stops until the bear is tranquilized and removed.
We don't have bears, thank goodness.
Ugh, trash bags.
We got cougars, we got bobcats, got coyote,
You guys,
and a shit pot full of possums, skunks, and armadillos.
I don't got no armadillos, but we got coyotes and possums and trash
No, no
pandas.
armadillos.
Yes.
I love you.
The only armadillos I've ever seen around here were either walking I-35 or had become scoopable on I-35.
Well, you know, the armadillos, they're right up there with quesadillas. God bless it.
the only other time I heard it called quesadilla was in Napoleon Dynamite. Quesadilla.
Oh no, Issa used to say tortilla
Tortilla.
and jalapeno.
And
I was like,
elemental.
how can you be Panamanian and not be able to even use an accent when you speaking a word? I'm like, and then she tried to tell us she used to speak fluent Spanish, but she got in a car accident and hit her head and forgot how to speak Spanish. I'm like,
Sure.
no, you didn't. I'm like, you're lying.
Yeah, that don't wash.
And she was like, I'm not lying. This is another one of those times when she had me lying on something she shouldn't have made the bet. Because I looked at John, I said, call her mother. He went, what? I said, call her mother. He was like, what am I going to ask her? I said, you're going to ask her if Lisa ever spoke Spanish. And he did. And she never spoke Spanish. Her mother was like, she can barely speak English. How's she going to learn Spanish? She had to pay a bet too. Don't make a bet with Cody. Will not make a bet if she knows she's going to lose.
Neither will
Oh,
Willow.
you know what? That blows my mind. Amnesia absolutely blows my mind. I can't wrap my head around it. No, I wasn't meant as a joke. Actually, it did sound like one.
Oh.
I just can't comprehend forgetting or not being able to access. People have that, when they can't access anything.
Yeah.
From the, I mean, what is it like to walk around not knowing who you are?
Yeah. And I would imagine it would be very frightening.
Oh, it
'Cause you
has
lose-
to be.
You lose all sense of yourself, What's really messed up is some people that get amnesia, they turn into different people. Like they could be the biggest douchebag on the planet. They get amnesia, and all of a sudden they're, the
Super
sweetest
nice.
person. They're
Yeah.
helping everybody, and and other people are like, "Who are you?" Really weird. The brain is very
Well, Bill,
complicated.
here's your wife and 5 kids. What? I'm not going in there. I don't want 5 fucking kids.
Yeah,
Keep 2 of the kids. Keep the wife. I'll take 2 kids.
Poor Amy.
I knew it was the phone, Amy. Look at it. Hotness is back. She's the phone. Her phone is the devil.
Hi, my name is
I told
Shut the
you
fuck
it was the
up.
phone. Told you it was
Yeah,
the phone.
apparently she's got a sponge ball with eyes stuck in her phone.
Marty, leave the dog alone. God.
Sorry for slurping.
Christy, I'm sorry.
Be right back, guys.
Christy,
Okay.
I have one question for you. Do
Give
you
someone?
actually collect? Do you collect stamps? Have you ever seen a stamp? All right, it was me. I wanted them. I told them to bill you.
Well, I'm probably gonna wrap this up in like at 3.5 hour mark. So another 9 minutes or so.
Stay flew by.
Because that way Kevin can't make a comment on my thing saying 8 hours.
That's nuts.
I did not mean for that to go 8 hours. I didn't. It just happened. No, she does not collect stamps.
So, how Miss Thrifter? Where are you from?
Cody, yeah.
The cheeks hurt.
She's from
And
nowhere.
those are the ones I'm sitting on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably do another live on Saturday morning again. I don't know if I'll do one Sunday, but yeah, because there's nothing to watch and nobody to talk to on Saturday morning.
What'd you say?
So there's nobody to talk to on Saturday mornings.
Well, that's bad. Why?
Because this is my only form of socialization. I have
Well, you
nobody
go
to
to
talk to.
you can go to other platforms and harass people and shit.
Nah, I don't harass people much.
Why don't you go spend the night, hang out in the makeup community on YouTube, see what that's like? Want to have
I
your
haven't
mind
worn
blown?
makeup. Kevin, I haven't
You
worn
know what
makeup
that's
in 10
like?
years.
No,
Why
I'm
would I
talking
hang out
just
in
watch the drama. You think you've seen drama? Go there. Hope
No.
people actually fly to people's houses and throw rocks through their windows. Those
Jesus.
crazy makeup guys.
I haven't worn makeup in 10 years. There's no reason for me to watch people do makeup.
No, I
or-
haven't worn any makeup since last Tuesday. I'm kind of looking.
Yeah, I haven't worn makeup I've worn it once in the past 25 years.
If anybody wants to donate me some Kylie makeup palettes, like that, I'd be very happy.
I did recently, like in the past year, get mascara and eyeliner, but my allergies haven't eased up enough for me to actually use it. So you can't have that shit on your eyes when you're constantly like trying to get the crap out of your eyes. So
Exactly.
I
I don't hardly have eyelashes, so it'd be kind of pointless.
I do. They're just invisible.
No, I actually do not hardly have eyelashes.
My eyelashes are the same color as my eyebrows. They're practically non-existent color-wise.
Mine are dark, but I have like 5 hairs on this one and 10 on the other. I just don't have eyelashes.
And Amy, some people can rock makeup and it looks gorgeous. I, on the other hand, just look like somebody painted a pig and calls it done. And
That's what I was going to say. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still going to be a pig. Well, you can put lipstick on an ugly mug. It's still going to be an ugly mug. It's just going to be an ugly mug with lipstick. No,
I'm right here.
Amy, that's a lie. Calling Amy out on that because I've seen Amy without makeup and she is still beautiful. So that right there is a fib, Missy. Shame on you.
God, this dog snores so loud.
Is that Tim?
Don't be so mean to Tim. Damn.
Tim's outside.
Really.
Tim's wandering? What is he, like Larry now?
What, is he like hiking his leg on the fence post or what?
I'm going to turkey sandwich. I'm going to go for jumping jacks.
Oh my God. No good.
The postcards are selling a lot of plush now over there, yeah. I went to shopping with KJ. We went to the thrift store and everything. We're going to beat her up.
Amy.
No.
Amy, stop being a dick.
Yeah, what Kevin said.
Those are long cigarettes, Willow. Are those hundreds?
120s. 120s are long.
Wow. Enjoy it.
Amy, what the fuck, Kevin?
You're being a dick. Don't put yourself down. I don't allow it.
You're not allowed to fib. Honesty is the best policy.
A little bit of a pedestal.
Nobody tells me that because they know I ain't lying. That says so.
She called me a dick for defending her. I defended herself against herself, and now I'm a penis.
Well, you're not allowed to fib, Amy, and you are beautiful with or without makeup.
I'm going to have to take her off that little bit of a pedestal I got her on. That'll learn her.
That is what is busy snoring.
Was that, a mop?
That's her puppy.
That's the handle.
That's her dog.
Oh, it's one of those hairy Roombas. Turn it on.
There it is.
Shit, it moves.
See, it moves.
Well, I'd be snoring if I look like a skunk too, you know.
It's a black and white mop.
Oh, I could see it. It's a dog.
Yeah.
Our cat's bigger than that dog.
He's getting fancy now.
What brand makes 120s, Willow?
Seneca, Capri,
Seneca makes 120s?
Virginia Slims.
Oh, those Capri's, those really thin ones, right?
Do what?
I didn't know Seneca's made 120. I had Seneca 100s. I didn't know Seneca made 120s.
Those Capri's are very thin, no?
Yeah, Capri's and Virginia Slims are thin.
Seneca. Those Indian cigarettes?
I learned something new today.
Yeah, they've got light menthol, which is called smooth, and they've got regular menthol, which is what I smoke.
Menthol are nasty.
Then they've got regular.
If I wanted mints, I'd eat a damn mint.
I see.
Yeah, but I don't have to buy mints if they're mint, because I already get the mint.
Seen at the tobacco shop today.
Did
you? Eve. I think they were Eve's 120s, and they were called amethyst. I'm like, what the hell is amethyst in tobacco? Because I'm like, I know what amethyst is in a stone.
Yeah.
What is amethyst in
Eve,
tobacco?
Maybe the
Eve
guy
is
who's
usually tied to sex shops and things. You know, like Adam and Eve.
No,
this was at the tobacco shop.
Eve cigarettes have been around forever.
Yeah, I know. My grandma smoked 120s.
I used to smoke Capris. They're like half the size. These things are like sucking on a log.
Yeah, the Capris were itty bitty. I mean, you know the
Yeah.
Capri Sun straws? That's what it eats. That's what the Capri cigarettes
Yeah, the Capris are about the size of a coffee straw. You know, little stir straws. They're little dinky
hell.
suckers. I smoked them for decades.
Hey, how many logs have you sucked on, Willow? I can't maintain it. I can't do it.
Did you ask her how many logs she slept on?
No, she said it was like sucking on a log, so I asked her how many logs she had sucked on.
Compared to the
okay,
little dinky Capris.
How are the Knicks doing tonight?
Welcome back, hotness.
Thanks.
Oh, crap. I got to come up with somebody tough. Here we go.
Passing Kevin a pooper scooper.
Here we go.
Well, every time she comes on, you say, "Oh crap!"
Don't mess with this guy. He's a gangster. He's going to come get you with Larry.
It's interesting that this young petite female pops in here, and every time that happens, you take a crap.
I pooped my pants.
That avatar right there, that's the guy that knows a guy who knows a guy.
But Willow, the warmth. Oh, my God.
It's a whole new meaning for a shit show.
Oh, I just dread standing up. Just think this train fell off the tracks already. See what happens when you add a little bit of a mess into the situation? Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I mean, you did tell the girl to quit being a dick.
I can't wait for someone to steal Shut the Fuck Up on another channel.
Right.
They
I'll
won't
show
say it
up.
like I do.
That'll show
They
up
don't have the sass. Oop-ha.
But who had the sass first when he pointed it out? I had jazz hands and sass.
He
And
sure
I said,
did.
shut the fuck up.
He sure did. I gotta give him credit because he did. And he's the only one that get as close as I do to saying it. Or something
It's hilarious
like
to
that.
hear James try to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
he
I was
holds
looking at this Bitcoin. I decided to shut the fuck up. And 16 days I'll be landing. And I'll be doing journal entries. And look at what I'm having for breakfast for the fourth time. For breakfast. He's the only guy I know that eats breakfast 3 times and don't gain a pound. Loser. He eats good, too. God bless him.
Yep.
You get every break he can get.
I said he must have a killer metabolism.
Well,
It's all the coughing and wheezing that he does for all that.
with what he's going through, let him eat whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, with all
Yeah,
that left
I
of the
agree.
tobacco that he's smoking.
He's just going to enjoy every minute.
Yeah.
My name is Richard Kevin. How are you?
no, your name is Richard because you're a dick.
Oh my God. Shut the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God. You shut the
Oh, I
fuck
thought that
up.
was a Johnson.
This is unappropriate
Yeah,
Richard Johnson.
Well, I mean, never mind. You know what it means.
Okay.
I'm not explaining
Is
it.
she shaking something or having a seizure? Willow? Oh, she stopped.
No, I'm
Okay.
shaking a nebulizer.
Oh, yeah, I used it a lot the past week. It did nothing because I was probably really clogged that bad.
I
You
do
know
wolf
why?
venison every day to keep the mucus up, and then I do these. And then I got another one, and then I got a nebulizer, and I've got oxygen.
I love a nebulizer. I got to get a new one.
I just like the way that Tina always said that Fluffy was a satchel of Richards every time I said he was a bag of dicks. Yeah, see, Alex knows. And Tina would come up with "Stop being a satchel of Richards," and I was just like, "Oh my God,
A satchel.
a satchel."
Yep, a satchel of Richards.
She answered.
Yeah, but
she had a
you
little
said
bit of,
you said his is pinky dinky, so it should be like a little reticule. He doesn't need a whole
he's
satchel.
got stinky dinkies.
Just a little reticule for his pinky dinkies instead of.
Well, we didn't say that. Wendy said that. Wendy's the one that started the little pinky thing.
Okay.
Well,
Just to
still,
mess with him.
I mean, snack size zipper bag ought to do the trick.
Yeah, but a bag of dicks has a totally different connotation to actual dick size. So They're not
Bag of
associated.
dicks. I'm gonna open up a hamburger joint and sell
Yeah, but if you were
sugar
going to add a
tit,
visual reference,
milkshakes and bag of dick French fries
There you
I
go.
guess we could always, borrow Sandy's bag of dicks.
and a
True.
muff burger. Get it?
Yes, I got it.
It'll be a hamburger on a muffin. God, you have a dirty mind, Cody. Stop it.
I do.
So think about those 3 products. That's not a bad idea.
No, that's cool. I like those.
Welcome to Sugar
You
Tit
definitely
Shakes. Can I help you?
attention.
Say it again. Where am I? Sugar Tit Shakes.
Right.
He said sugar tits. Got nothing in my brain anymore.
I think my son's been hitting the canned air because it's almost empty.
Uh-oh.
Hi, I'm Amy. I go mute
Now you're
again.
going to have to hide that too.
Shut the
You'll have
fuck
to hide
up.
that.
Shit. She was listening.
Of course she is.
She's an eavesdropper.
So what? You're
I'm
gonna lock the
always
canned air now?
listening.
Oh, it's not the fact that he's actually hitting it as far as doing the huffing thing.
What?
He's using it for blowing out his phone or messing
Game
with
system, computer.
game
Yeah.
systems and stuff like that.
Rewind.
Yes, Kevin.
A can of air.
Yes.
He uses it to clean out his phone and what?
Game systems, etc.
No, you said the word huffing. People breathe that shit in?
Yeah.
I'm fucking completely out of the times here.
Yeah, they you have to be like 18 to even buy canned air now.
Yeah.
They
Oh, you
card
should have seen asshole me about a month and a half ago looking to buy Sudafed for my son. Wandering around CVS going, it's got to be this aisle. Got to be this aisle. Until I walked to the counter 18 minutes later going,
Where the fuck is
can
the
I
Sudafed?
have, and I look behind her and in a locked case is the friggin' Sudafed. I'm like, can I ask you a
Do you
question?
realize that it's been that way now for almost 10 years?
I don't
Yeah.
use Sudafed, but his mother gives it to him. So I had to get Sudafed, and apparently that's what they use to make meth.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a base product. I had to get a prescription because I have to take it every day, and I have for years. And when that came about, you couldn't go buy 2 or 3 boxes to get you for several weeks. You could only buy like 1 or 2 boxes. You had to have a driver's license, ID, and all this crap. And at first they'd only do like a box at a time.
Yep.
I don't go out that much. So I talked to my doctor and got a prescription for a month's supplies. So I only have to just go once a month to get it. And they still try to buck me on it. But I'm like, it's prescribed, but it's over the counter and it's restricted. And I'm like, yeah, which is why I got the prescription. Because with the
When I
prescription,
worked-
I can get a month's supply.
That
And
whole lockdown thing started when I worked loss prevention at Walmart in 2003, 2002.
Mhm.
And one of my busts was a guy stealing, Sudafed and shit like that. And he was popping up the packages and dumping them in his pocket. And this kid was a wackadoodle, man. He was out there. He fought me at the door. And my partner, who was an Army Ranger, couldn't even get a hold of this guy because he was just so squirrely. He was thin and he was really wiry and and I was like, will you grab him? And he ended up tripping him and the kid landed on the floor and he had like hair that was like 2 feet long. I just stood on his hair. I was like, now where are you going? He was like, shit. And he's like,
Should have punched him in his bag of dicks.
yeah. As we're going back to the back room, he's got his hand, now he's cuffed because I cuffed that little shit. He's pulling the pills out of his pocket trying to dump them on the floor.
So why don't they just make it a controlled substance at this point?
Yeah, I had an associate follow behind me with a dustpan and pick them all up. I was like, nice try.
Then you threw it in the garbage, and the guy was outside, and when he got released, he took it out of the dumpster.
No,
What'd you
he
say?
went in the back room with us, and he got charged for the 5 packages that he ended up opening up. That's one of the reasons that they started doing the lockdown on them was because people were stealing them,
Yeah.
because buying too many packages of them were causing attention to be drawn to them. The cops came in and said, if you have people that come in regularly and get this stuff, let us know.
Yep.
So, I mean, we had a meth
Don't
lab.
do your job, please.
We had a meth lab in a van in Greenville, South Carolina, on White Horse Road at the Walmart there. They had to evacuate the whole parking lot.
A meth
Because these
van?
idiots in a
Yeah, a
van.
lab in a van.
Yeah,
Yep.
they were cooking in a van.
These people
Yep.
are crafty, huh?
They came in and they were stealing the fish tubing for fish tanks and batteries, and they were trying to get a hold of Sudafed and Benadryl and things like that. And the pharmacy, they were arguing with the pharmacist, and one of the people at the pharmacy called the cops. And when they came down, when Loss Prevention busted them, just before the cops got there, and Loss Prevention busted them, they had about $60 worth of batteries, and they had like $20 worth of tubing. And so they both went to jail, and when they went to investigate their vehicle, they found a meth lab in it. So they had to evacuate the entire parking lot of the White Horse Road, Greenville, White Horse Road, Walmart.
I wonder if YouTube shows you how to make meth.
I don't know. I've
No
never even
idea,
seen
dear.
meth in person. I got accused of manufacturing it or doing it, but I've never seen it in person.
So
Me neither.
pills that Willow needs to feel for medication can then be, cooked into a drug.
Yeah.
That is makes you high.
What they do is they boil the pills and skim the oil off the top of the water that they're boiling it in. And
I
then
knew
they
you were
dry
gonna do
that
it.
out.
I gotcha.
They dry
It
that
took
out
me.
and mix it with other ingredients, and there's your meth.
What are the other ingredients?
I don't know. I don't
You
make
better
it.
say I
I've
don't
never
know.
made it.
You're
Well, I know
surveillance right now.
amplifiers are the nerve pain drugs, Lyrica and gabapentin. Those apparently are popular in jails. And otherwise, yeah, they'll use Lysol, they'll use Drano, they'll use all kinds of cleaning chemicals,
Yeah.
and I don't know what all else. This is just shit my brother told me. I have a brother that's a drug addict, and he has been off the wagon now for 2.5 years.
The
That's
sulfur
why
from
he
the
doesn't
match.
step foot in this house. Because he knows when he's off the wagon, he's not welcome here. Because I have prescriptions for medications that he would want to steal, and so he's not welcome in the house. Talk on the phone, but he ain't stepping foot in the house.
Meth
And I've
is
already-
worse. Meth is worse than crack.
Yeah. I've already kind of reset where I store my medications and stuff like that. They're locked down now because when home health does start coming in, I don't want nurses' aides helping themselves because they don't vet their nurses' aides very well here. So, and I've also locked down anything of value, like my silver jewelry, stuff like that. It's all in lockdown now. And the areas will be no-fly zones. They won't be working in those areas, so there's absolutely no reason for them to be in that area of the house. So stuff goes missing. I'll know they've been where they shouldn't. And they'll have to break in, so into
Well, that big cat
where
thing.
they're stored. I'm a locksmith's daughter. I'm good at this. I apprenticed with him from the age of 4. I picked my first lock when I was 4 years old. So I know security.
I know.
Well, I'm actually going to end the broadcast, but we can all stay if you want.
Okay.
Anybody don't stay. But I'm going to end the broadcast. There's only 4 people in here anyway, and there's you guys. So
Yeah.
if there are any lurkers that aren't being counted, then bye.
Bye,
Thanks
y'all.
for
All right, I'm one of the 4.